Hello everyone, we're back.
Hello.
We are again manifested.
As per week.
Yes, we were talking about milk and about how I want to try pigeon milk.
Well, you started the whole pigeon milk thing. You literally went, "Hey, did you know pigeons produce milk?" And I'm like, "I think I remember this because of some crazy coop owner." And then you immediately went like, "I want to try it." That was
Uh,
pretty much like the whole conversation.
apparently penguins also produce milk, but only the males.
Oh, really?
You know, and flamingos, but flamingos is also both.
I'd believe it. Flamingos are weird.
Yeah, they're freaky. Did you know that they like stab each other when they're having sex? Like they grab each other like they.
Dude, there's some people that do that too, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean I wouldn't. I mean you know. It depends.
Yeah, I know what you
It
I
depends.
know what you are. Yeah, you freak. Uh, let's see. I'm just gathering things.
Apparently the texture of the pigeon milk is similar to cottage cheese. So it is like.
Well, to be fair, like from the description I read, it's high in protein and like I think fat, so that is pretty much the same thing. But yeah,
So it's like I don't know, like I guess like chunky a little bit, I guess. Like
Chunky.
like
Ew.
dense. Which may be a problem
I
for
don't
me.
think
I don't like chunky liquid.
I don't think most people do. I feel like that texture throws people off.
Then why does yogurt come with fucking pieces of fruit in it?
Do we classify yogurt kind of like as a liquid, just pure, right? It's viscous enough where it's like I don't
All right, I
necessarily
forgot.
like it's like a
I forgot.
frozen confection.
I forgot that for you guys, yogurt means something different than for us.
Mmm.
For us, yogurt is like similar to milk.
In consistency? Because we
Yes.
have the yogurt cups and they're like smoothied, but like they're still viscous enough for me not to like
No, no,
I
around here,
guess I could drink
around
milk.
here,
I
yogurt is like
think.
fully liquid. Around here.
I guess we do have yogurt drinks like Yelp.
But a lot of yogurt brands come with like chunks, little chunks,
Mmm.
and I hate that. I have to like put them on a colander before I drink it. Before I drink them,
Then why even buy them?
because the actual liquid is tasty.
You gotta go through your hoops and bounds for this.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not my fault. I also drink a lot of like oatmeal smoothie. Very tasty.
Mm-hmm.
They put a lot of around here. It's very common to put cinnamon in it, and it's great. Great, like oatmeal smoothie with like cinnamon in it. Very tasty. I drink a lot of that as well. Yeah, I don't drink any water, but I drink stuff. So I'm not like completely dehydrated.
Well, it depends on the consistency of water within the beverage for it not to be concerning. Because if you're drinking like diuretics where the water content's like, in theory, like not counteracting what's making you probably piss more, then yeah.
Hi, Kila.
There are, there are a
thank you
lot
for
of
the
there are a lot
95
of
stream strike. Jesus fucking Christ.
God damn.
I do this too much.
I mean, it's good. You're consistent.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Um,
Why is my cat being silly?
because she's a cat.
Yeah, but she's just like, it just takes her one moment to be on my bed, just like at the far corner of it, and then she just like gets up and she's like, nope, not anymore, and then she just jumps and stares at my door.
Yeah, cats are like that.
Yeah.
At least she's in orange. It would be worse if she was orange.
She's kind of like a honey brown, so she's close to being an orange cat.
Yeah, so you know, like that speaks to her like the fucking like goblin mask in Spider-Man.
My first, the quote unquote first, he was in our neighborhood. There are a lot of stray cats. They're kind of like well, quote unquote stray. We have like a couple crazy cat ladies in the neighborhood, but one died. But like they usually hoard all the cats, and then those cats multiply. Then they go on the street, and then they just want to kind of like stay in the street. Then they go back to the house whenever they're hungry or like bother people or whatever. And one of the cats that we kept was like an orange cat, and he was stupid, but he was also an asshole. And we named him Garfield. And eventually, Garfield Garfield was taken in by the family that lived next to me, the one whose divorce I signed on, and I didn't account for the fact that the partner that left took the cat, so he's gone, and I'm like, whatever.
They took your cat into divorce, and it wasn't even your divorce.
It wasn't even my divorce. Well, look, to be fair, when I say he's an asshole, he really much is. Like, it was much of a thing of me going like, I hate this fucking cat, and um, every once in a while, I kind of do remember him, and I'm just like, oh, I kind of miss him. But then I went to one street in our neighborhood, and that street is littered with orange cats that look like him, and I was just like, he never got neutered. He just done fucked. Like he had many he had many kittens.
Hey, silent.
So so I guess that's his legacy.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of orange cat kids.
Like an invasion force of idiots.
You know what? There you go, girl. Go ahead. Go. Alright. She's not happy.
Like an invasion force of idiots.
It's funny because she doesn't like being stuck in my room for too long.
Yeah.
But my parents' bedroom, she could stay there like all day. But then any other room in the house, she can't stay there for too long. It's just my parents' bedroom. I think it's because like they have the largest bed.
Yeah.
So she's just like when my parents are doing their own hobbies like sewing or like in music
Whatever the fuck
or
all people
whatever.
do, I guess.
Yeah, like she's just like all of this plush, like all of this fluffy terrain is mine, undisturbed.
I actually have like in my house, my bed is the biggest one because
Mm.
I don't feed, so I have to sleep like
You are
Diagonally?
larger.
I have to spin. I have to
Yeah.
sleep diagonally.
Yeah. Homegirl's got to use the bed's hypotenuse. This shit's crazy. Uh, okay, so my friend and I, we were talking and I was thinking about this. Would you get like would you get like a vertically, not vertically inclined. Would you get a room that uses up the verticality? Would you get like those beds that are like the top bunks and then underneath you could put your desk under?
Oh yeah, I love that.
I kind of do too. I think the because I'm very big on space conservation and figuring that out, but like another part of me just does also go like, what are the chances like I'm just laying in bed and I just fall on my own setup? And I wouldn't even be upset about potential injuries. I'd be like, there's so much money underneath me
Yeah.
for this. Yeah, like I can't.
My computer is the most expensive thing in the house.
Yeah, it's like I can't risk breaking this.
And I do break beds a lot. I don't know how, but I do break my beds a lot.
Yeah, that's because that's when you bring me over. Had to get that one out of the way.
That's the low hanging fruit for the stream.
Yeah, there we go. You give me them. You give me these silver platters, and I can only reach so far.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I break my. Every now and then I have to replace like a couple of my bedboards.
Well, I think so. I got my bed replaced like recently to help my sleep because like sleep is one of the biggest things I struggle with. And that'll get into my week at some point. But apparently, like I found out from someone, you're supposed to replace your mattress at least, like
Like every 5 years. Yeah.
every 5 to 10 years, and it's leaning heavily towards like the earlier part of that, like the lower part of the range, like somewhere between the 5 to 7 mark. Because springs can just get fucked, and memory foam mattresses can eventually start sinking apparently. And then when it comes to bed frames, it depends on the kind of frame you got, because wooden ones can warp. So can metal ones, but it depends on a lot of factors. But yeah.
Yeah. I recently started a new sleeping medication,
Hmm.
and
How's
I
it going for you?
because the thing is I have a lot like I have tried a lot of sleeping medications and none of them work. So we're moving up in like the intensity, right?
Yeah.
And apparently we're at the point where they're giving me the medicine that they give all people that are dying so they can sleep with the pain.
Ooh.
And it is
Oh my
actually kind of
god.
working. It is actually kind of working.
Yeah, that's it's like the God, every once in a while I because I told you about like my yearly tradition where like sometimes if I'm really bored and in a rut and I just want to suffer more, I'll just marathon like a season of Family Guy and American Dad.
Yeah.
And I don't know why this one sticks with me. One of the characters is just like they had a cyanide pill, and it's like, oh, I'm having trouble going to sleep. I'll just take half. Gotta let the whole brain slow down a bit, and it's like, hold on.
Yeah. The problem is that it's actually like making it a little bit too hard to like wake up too. Like
Mhm.
because it does make you like really, really drowsy. Really like it's kinda like getting drunk, I guess. Which I guess it makes sense if what they're giving me is a fucking like like anesthetic for like old people. It's like no she's fucked.
Mm.
It's like they put me on fucking palliative care for my sleep. Analgesic. That's the word I was looking for. Analgesic. I wonder. Yeah, I wonder how long it's going to, because that's another problem I have is that I start developing like resistances too fast. So I have
A
to be
lot of a lot
I,
of meds can be like that.
I have to cycle a lot of my medicines every like 3 months
Hmm.
because they just stop
Well, it's
working.
like even with the layman, um, if you're to take something like melatonin, which I used to take a lot, and now I don't as much, is your body will eventually acclimate. and you don't want to play the risky game of heightening your dosage on your own for over-the-top medication, you just kind of have to cut it off.
I did have like a period like during the early COVID years where I was addicted uh, to benzodiazepam,
Hmm.
and that was a pain and a half to get off too, because I was actually like physically addicted to it at the point I was starting to get off it.
Well, sleep meds themselves, like I think it was like there's always that fucking media thing of like popping a Xanax or some shit.
Yeah,
Apparently, it's just because like that feeling is just very relaxing.
yeah.
Candy is like lucky she was born in this year and not the goddamn 1940s where morphine was pretty much on the ready.
Yeah. I need that coke.
I need that coke. How was your week? What did you do? Yeah, speak your truth, queen.
I'm eating my burger. Give me a second.
All right.
Okay, my week. Pretty
Yeah.
uneventful. We continued the stupid fucking GBA thing.
Yeah, yeah. I've been seeing the thumbnails.
Um,
Glad you're continuing.
we are at. Let me get my number here. We are at 76 games. Making progress.
Oh, let's go.
Most of them are really bad.
Yeah, you're gonna get through the bloat. There's some licensed games for like anime and stuff that are actually like that are genuinely fun,
Yeah.
but
We haven't
considering
gotten
how
to any of the
big the
Yu-Gi-Oh games
GBA
yet.
library, some of them are silly, but you'll see that on your own.
You know what surprised me though?
What?
There was one game that I actually really liked that I was expecting to be absolute fucking trash.
Oh, what was it?
It's called Nicktoons Freeze Frame Frenzy or something like that.
Hmm.
And it's like a fucking
Okay.
like licensed Nickelodeon game, so I thought it was going to be trash because every Nickelodeon game we have played so far was terrible.
Oof.
So I was expecting one to be like really bad. But was after playing it, it was actually like kind of fun. It was like a 2D side scroller. It was like a 2D side scroller Pokemon Snap.
Hmm.
So, like the character moves automatically, like sideways, and you control with the D-pad. You control like a viewfinder, and you have to take pictures of like different stuff and different events and stuff like that.
Oh, that's neat.
And it's very simple, but it's very like
Or photo game.
it's very simple, but it's very like fun. And
I
a,
feel like I could see that. Oh wait, go ahead.
a huge problem that a lot of licensed games have is that they're trying to you know how like in Donkey Kong Country they like made the models in 3D and then they like rendered them into sprites.
Oh yeah, and then they end up looking really fucking crunchy and ugly.
Yeah, a lot
Yeah.
of GBA games, especially licensed GBA games, have that problem. Um,
Yeah, I can believe that.
so it's always rare when we get to a licensed game and it's like actually like actually like 2D art that someone drew.
I yeah, I can get like the principal idea because in a like in essence, kind of rigging a 3D model versus making like sprite art and stuff is just a easier thing. And then in theory, since you're putting it on a lower resolution screen, which is and just like making it just like all pixelated, it's like it should on paper this should be great. It should look great, and then you actually play it and you're like, oh, this looks what's the word?
Bad.
Uh, yeah, bad, but another word, uncanny valley. Like
Yeah,
even for a fictional thing, yeah, it's like weird.
yeah. Yeah, and like that is a thing that keeps coming up with like the GBA is how small the screen was. Because like
Yeah.
it's like okay, so like back in the original NES, back in the original NES. Actually, let me get my numbers correct because I always like I get it wrong. Back in the original NES, the screen was 256 by 240 pixels, right?
Hmm.
And the GBA, the screen is 240 by 160. So it's like even smaller even than that, smaller even than the NES.
Yeah.
So it is like there is not a lot of space to put information on that screen. You have to be very
No,
economical.
I get you. It's like to be fair, like because there was the Game Boy Advance and there was the SP, and neither of them had big screens. Then they had the Game Boy Micro, which was just a Game Boy Advance with an even smaller screen. And like the DS didn't have much of a change in resolution.
Only a little
All
bit
you
higher.
got was 2 screens, and it was like, yeah.
Even the 3DS, I forget how, but they were like.
I do remember there was like a GameCube to GBA adapter thing that could make you play certain games on the TV, but like usually they had some sort of companion GameCube version, so the argument is to go like, why? So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and even then, like, you can tell a lot of these games were like designed to be looked at in like a tiny screen. Like the moment you load them up, it like breaks.
Oh yeah.
It's like, yeah, because like, and that is especially like a problem with like the games that are trying to do 3D. Because for example, there's a lot of like, I think all of the like 3D games we have seen so far are like racing games, right? Which are universally bad. They are universally bad.
Yeah.
But every fucking 3D game you have played so far is like 3D game is a racing game, and the problem is that you straight up cannot see your opponents. there are straight up not enough pixels, so you just like, okay, I'm in second now, I'm in first now, I guess. It's like you straight up cannot fucking see them because like I started actually counting and I discovered something terrible.
What?
They're actually doing half resolution.
Oh really?
Because I guess because the Game Boy was not designed, the GBA was not designed to do 3D, right?
Yeah.
So to get it even running at like 10 FPS, they needed to like have the resolution. So you're looking at 140, 120 by 80 pixels. And you're trying to play a racing game on that.
Oof.
And it's very and then they try to put like traffic on the racing game, and you just have to like pray that you don't crash into anything because you cannot fucking see it. But there's also like a problem with like I think like art direction in those games, because for some reason everything is gray. Like
like gray filter, or is it just like?
no, like the textures, everything is fucking gray. So it's like you cannot tell the difference between the street and like the buildings and the cars because everything is the same fucking color. And I don't think it would have like really changed the performance of the game to have the cars be like maybe like like red or
Different
yellow
colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because in essence, you kind of want to see your vehicle in contrast to the background. But I suppose, like with Game Boy Advance, like a racing game would just be the same shit as like Wipeout and stuff like that. Not Wipeout. Fuck. What's the old game? I'll remember it. Hold on. Yeah, but you keep going.
F-Zero? Are you talking about F-Zero?
Well, F-Zero, but there's another one specifically, like an arcade game, where it's just like obviously like the background is moving, is the moving part, and the car is the thing that's staying in place.
Outrun?
Yeah? Yes, Outrun.
Yeah, that one is in Yakuza.
Yeah, that's the one I've gotten really good at because it's part of a completionist fucking thing.
I actually really like that game. It's really fun.
I actually do too. It's kind of relaxing when you're like when you get good at it and you're like, yeah, okay. Dun, 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 dun. That theme song is stuck in my fucking head.
I like the other one too.
Yeah.
I wonder if we're going to get any of those games on the GBA. We haven't gotten any game like that. That is called a super scaler.
Well, I think like if you're the funny thing is if you keep on running as a slop by like the latter half of this series, you'll be playing nothing but hits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we have only gotten one Final Fantasy game. We haven't gotten any Zelda games. We only got one Mario game so far.
Which Final Fantasy game?
The first one.
Oh, okay.
Because the thing about the GBA is that like all of the like NES and SNES Final Fantasy games got a port to the GBA.
Yeah, no, that it makes sense.
And that is what I played Final Fantasy VI actually, because I have a lot of nostalgia for the GBA because, despite the fact that I never owned the GBA, because I had a very weak computer, so the GBA was the only console I could emulate reliably.
Valid. I remember I used to own laptops, and doing a DS emulator would just like make that thing fry.
Now,
But
to be
yeah,
fair, Nintendo DS emulation has always been bad.
it's being pretty bad. Yeah.
At least it recently has gotten better because we have Melon DS now, and Melon DS is actually pretty good. But,
Yeah.
but
Unfortunately, like everything I oh well, you know what? Go ahead. Yeah.
back when it was like the Smume and Noka's GBA, that was pretty bad. Which one did you use, the
I think
Smume or Noka's GBA?
I used this movement.
Yeah.
I used it specifically for what the fuck did I use it for? What DS games could I possibly have cared about, like, that I ran an emulator for?
No, Melon
I
DS is
can't
way better
remember.
than Melon DS is way better than it.
I think I tried running up like Hotel Dusk. Yeah, yeah, because like a lot of the DS library I feel is like got shipped back, but then like shipped to like modern stuff, but then there's just like a bunch of stuff that's still just like buried in, and you're just like, it's free money on the table. Just bring it back. A lot of these, I mean, we've been over this. A lot of DS games are just like the top screen is
The actual game?
doing, yeah, the actual game, and the bottom is usually your menu layout, and sometimes at best the bottom screen becomes a mini game thing that you can use touchpad with it. It wouldn't necessarily be too hard to port for a lot of those games.
Yeah.
Because like realistically, not many games are going to be simultaneously using two screens on a vertical for a kid, which this was targeted for, so yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the only thing like of the ones I played, the only one I can think of like that did that a lot was like the Zelda games.
Mm-hmm.
The Zelda games did play that they play a lot with that. Like for example, there was like a puzzle on Phantom Hourglass where you had to like write something on the bottom screen, right? With the like stylus, and then close the DS to transfer it to the top screen.
Yeah, that would be annoying to try porting. All I can think of is you would have to put a look up and down button or something like that, but it would still be kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still haven't checked how they like did the fucking the sigils in Dawn of Sorrow. I still haven't checked.
Mm.
In like the port for the PC, the actual like current consoles. I haven't checked how they did.
Okay.
Because they had to
I'm
change
still surprised
them, right?
I'm still surprised you haven't. Wait, how many? I can only think of 2 Legend of Zelda games on the GBA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
It's
haven't.
Awakening and it's Four Swords.
Yeah, we haven't landed on. And Minish Cap. There's also Minish Cap.
Minish Cap was on GBA?
Yeah.
Huh.
We haven't landed in a Castlevania game either yet.
Oh, I'm thinking of Spirit Tracks. That's why. Okay, yeah. Go ahead.
We haven't landed on like any of the Castlevania games yet.
Oh well, good, because that might end up becoming a full series for you.
Yeah. No, I am keeping track of the ones I want to
Let's go.
finish. I am keeping track of the ones I want to
fair,
finish.
fair.
There aren't a
Summer
lot.
Cruise is awesome.
We did get
Well-
our first Pokemon game, and I decided to count 2 for 1 because like they're kind of like the same.
Well, yeah,
aren't
no,
they?
they're the same with just Switch. The only oh god, did you play Leaf Green or did you play one of the Hoenn ones?
I played Sapphire, I think.
Oh, that's a bummer because Emerald is like the best of those 3 versions because it's technically like remixed and has so much more content. But at the same time, you're only playing early games, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Speaking of that, despite the fact that that I was only playing the early game, I spent like 20 minutes trying to catch a Ralts.
Were you mad that Wally got one on like his first go?
Because I know that one evolved into Gardevoir, so in case I ever use this fucking save again, which I probably won't, but in case I ever use the save again.
Pokemon. Okay, can I note that, like, because I had a talk with again, a friend who may never be on this podcast because he hates this kind of thing, but will always be mentioned by me. Dura, big Pokemon fan. Pokemon the Hoenn series is like one of the funniest like first entries into this pattern where like the rival isn't the big threat, you kind of are. Like later Pokemon games, your rivals are all like friendly, always want to be happy. But like in Pokemon Red, you have Blue. You know, you're Gary. You know the memes, right? He's a jerk. He's a
Yeah.
dickhead. Then you have Silver, who's like edgy. He's like your Shadow the Hedgehog, but he's full of hater energy. It's like the funniest thing ever. And he's also like, I hate my dad. And third, your rivals are girl version of you or boy version of you, whose arcs include, if it's the girl who is your rival, I'm just hanging around. And if it's the boy version that's your rival, he goes, ha, sexism. And your third rival, which is Wally, who is a sickly child that you beat in every battle. And it's just
literally hydrogen bomb versus coughing baby.
It is so he becomes a very good rival by the end of it, but you completely trounce him if you know how to play Pokemon. You don't even know how to like you don't even need to know how to play. If you just over level, you're good. So like in my first playthrough as a kid, because they keep on mentioning his illness, I just imagined this poor kid getting more ill as the journey went on. And then there's one final battle in Victory Road, which is like the cave before the league, and I'm just imagining this poor guy hooked up to an IV in a chair. And he's just like, I'm ready to battle. And Brendan, the male protagonist, is like, I kicked your ass. And he pushes the poor kid down the stairs. Pokemon needs to have more fun rivals. I feel like the whole friendship like thing is, oh, you know what? There's one in Sword and Shield who's a hater.
Yeah.
And he's okay.
I don't know. I feel like
at the same time.
I don't even know why I don't even know why I spent so much time setting up the save file. Because if I ever play a Pokemon game, I'm probably going to play one of the Nintendo DS ones. I think they
honestly,
have like a...
that's valid. Okay, so by gen, GBA the best one is Emerald. DS the best one is probably Soul Silver.
Yeah.
Or Black and White. Black and White 2. Black and White. Yeah, Black and White 2. No, some people really simp for N. So maybe Black and White 1. But
which one is the one with Cynthia in it?
Oh, then you would then Platinum would probably be it for you. Plus Platinum has like the most remixes. You have winter attire, so your pro tag looks a little cooler. I think I remember mentioning this. Like the protagonists go more into cutesy rather than badass. Yeah. Like maybe it's the kid part of me that looked up and is like, oh man, Trainer Red looks cool. Ethan kind of looks like a dork, but it's like Brendan looks cool. He has white hair. He doesn't have white hair. It's just a hat. And then Lucas just has a Kongle hat. He's kind of fucking lame. and then it's like your fifth guy kind of just looks like Red but with a blue jacket. Then your sixth guy kind of looks like he has a palm tree for hair. Design goes down. And they knew this because they made the characters customizable as the series went on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is actually a good thing, but
yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder, I haven't checked because like, you know, like the new Tomodachi Life like came out recently.
A lot of my friends are going crazy for it, yeah.
I wonder if there are any like really funny videos in YouTube or like someone freaking out about the fact that you can't use your mispronouns.
I mean, I'm sure, but
there's
like,
probably some really funny videos.
Yeah. I mean, like most of the screenshots I get are people injecting their FF14 fucking characters in there and putting them in dungeons or whatever and making them say like weird shit. Yeah. And then love triangles or polycules or not polycules, just like love triangles and love squares of going like, I will fight for their love. No, I will.
I wanna play that game and make like the entire cast of Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Fair. Is there a Fire Emblem game on GBA? Like in English?
There's 3. In English, there's 2.
Oh.
Actually, the first Fire Emblem game ever released in English is one of the GBA ones.
Oh, is it the one with Roy or is it his dad?
I don't know. Like it's the one with Lean.
I don't know Lean. Who that
is. The black-haired girl with the sword.
You really?
Yeah, I know.
Out of all the IPs, you could have gotten this from.
You know, the girl with like the black hair and the sword. You know.
Yeah, yeah. I look at the Fire Emblem roster. Yeah, that narrates it.
Where did the image go? Fucking hate. I have my download folder is too cluttered. This one.
I don't know if I'm gonna recognize her, dog. You said black hair. Her hair's green.
Eh.
You're colorblind, right? Right. Really forgot about that. Her hair is green, Candy. Just so you know.
I remember what because like
Yeah.
the first time I played that that Fire Emblem game, I was like 9.
Hmm.
So she showed up on the screen and I was like, oh, her legs are showing.
Yeah, there's some characters that make you awaken some things. It's funny. There was like a point in my life where it's like, you know, when I was a kid and I'd look at Capcom games, I'd be like, the boys are cool, and then like I'd grow a little older, and then I'd see the girls in the fighting games, like, oh, I'm feeling things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her legs are showing. Oh my god. And I've been a leg woman ever since. Thank you, Fire Emblem.
Yeah, Cammy might have influenced some things. For obvious reasons.
No, yeah, there are 3 Fire Emblem games on the GBA, but only 2 of them got translated.
But is your list accounting for like ROM translations, or is it just everything that's being localized to?
I have every game, every game. I do plan to
and it's like, and they're translated too.
No,
like some of the ones.
Like I do have the Japanese ones in there as well. I do plan to get to them eventually when I get like some sort of like translation figured out.
There's a funny GBA game that I wonder.
Or maybe doing it with walkthroughs, maybe.
It's probably gonna be the Beat 'em on game, and I got a Chinese cartridge of that one, and I did not understand jack shit of what was going on. I got pretty far though, for a language I completely didn't know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Speaking of mons, we got to a Digimon game.
Which one?
And there were only like 6 selectable Digimons, and I had to play as the one that looks like a piece of shit.
I think I know the one you're talking about. Yeah.
What was the game? I forgot the name. Digimon Battle Spirit, it was called. It's weird because like it's kind of like it's like a one-on-one fighting game, except instead of having like health or being like Smash where you have to like throw your opponent of the field, every time you hit.
Oh yeah, I remember this. This was around the time of Digimon Tamers. Yeah.
Every time you hit your opponent, they drop balls, and you have to pick up their balls.
Huh.
And the one with the most balls at the end wins.
I guess. Okay, wait. Let me see certain. Okay, so I see the evolutions. So I suppose the idea, since they had a lower cast, is technically you would get you would have like a small cast, and then you would have their evolutions during the game, like the fighting match. What the fuck is this? Digimon Battle Spirit 2. Is that Susanoo one? It is. Well, I'm still not playing it. I still have to play Digimon Story.
Yeah, me too.
Time Stranger. Because I played the other 2.
I was so confused by another game we got, because it was just like we got like a game called The Lion King 1.5, and I was like, why a half? And the game never explained why it's called like a half. It's just like The Lion King. Why is it called 1.5?
Oh, it was a spin-off with Timon and Pumbaa. I remember this. I remember seeing that god-awful trailer. There was a time from Disney where it was clearly evident they wanted to capitalize on their IPs more, so you would get a lot of straight-to-DVD sequels. You would get some sequels. And some animated series. All with varying levels of success. Usually bad.
Yeah.
animated series were pretty decent, but like the direct-to-DVD movies tended to like kind of be really bad with critics. I also remember like only really watching one that I cared about. It was the Aladdin one that was really cool as an idea. And then from what I remember, Lion King had like a couple sequels or maybe one or two, and it's like he has a daughter who's in love with like Scar's adopted son. It's dumb. All
Yeah.
fucking dumb.
Sorry.
And then they made an animated series about the Lion King where it's his son, Simba's son, and Scar's ghost is all like, "Ha, I'ma haunt you, and you'll be like me." And that's the whole series.
That's weird.
It is weird. Disney really has
I do
a
remember like
lot
seeing
to.
like I don't remember who it was, but I did watch you know how every now and then you watch a 3 hour video essay or something you don't know anything about?
Yeah, every once in a while.
Like I don't remember the other day I watched one about like all of the like direct to DVD Cinderella sequels. Where they try to make like the sisters like um
Redeemable.
yeah.
Mm.
And like I never even watched the first one. Like that is the thing, like
Because it's one of the oldest Disney movies.
no, but like
Yeah.
in general, people are always surprised. They ask me, "Have you watched X Disney movie?" And I go, "No." They're like, "Why?
Well, it's like
What do you mean? How?"
I mean, not all of them are like going to speak to you, right? Like, to be fair, I watched the Pocahontas Disney movie. I can't remember jack from the Pocahontas Disney movie. All I remember is the feeling of it being slow paced. Mulan was great.
Yeah, I never watched
The
one.
Atlantis one was great. Uh, Tarzan was okay.
My favorite Disney movie is John Carter from my favorite Disney movie is John Carter from Mars.
Oh god, when's he gonna be in Kingdom Hearts?
And I'm not even joking. I really do really like that movie.
I remember I made Dura angry because he's like going through all of the Kingdom Hearts games, and now that Sora's like in the real world in 3, it's just like I'm sitting there giggling because I know, okay, I know you and most of the people we know would hate it,
What the fuck do you mean the
but
real world?
apparently by the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, Sora gets like transported, whisked away to what is essentially the real world, not Kingdom Hearts world, but essentially looks like the fucking real world.
And does he have like still like the giant fucking shoes?
I think so.
So he's
But
not
the funnier
human.
part, I don't think they all look that way, but like, yeah. So like, a part of me is secretly hoping that Marvel gets included because the immediate thing I'd see is the internet discord of just anger and I'd be down for it. I also one upped it. I was like, I hope Star Wars gets in there too, and I hope Family Guy and Simpsons does too. because Disney owns Fox, I want Kingdom Hearts 4 to have all the IPs people would be really upset about being in Kingdom Hearts 4.
That's actually the main reason I never got into Kingdom. That's actually the main reason I never got into Kingdom Hearts. Is because I just don't like Disney.
The gameplay is like fine. Like two is like hyped up for a reason. I like 358 over 2 days. I can't remember anything during the Birth by Sleep thing other than a bit of the card system and like was it the card system? I can't remember. And some of the story, and then I didn't get to play Chain of Memories. My cousin did, and I watched that, and I was just like, huh, how peculiar. I played 1, and I don't like 1.
I feel like I may have gotten into Kingdom Hearts if there was like if the balance between Disney and Final Fantasy was like the other way. I may have gotten into it.
I'm with you. I'm more lean to the Final Fantasy spectrum of the thing than the Disney element to it. But at the same time,
Is there a
it's
Kingdom
like,
Hearts game on the GBA?
Yeah, Chain of Memories.
We haven't gotten to that.
Yeah, it's the card fight one, but it's like, at the same time, if it was all Final Fantasy
Speaking
with
of
this
that,
kind of element, it would get so much more annoying to hear these stupid monologues these characters have. Yeah, go ahead.
would you because I've been thinking about this, would you consider Mega Man Battle Network like a proto ancestor of like the modern like deck builders?
Deck Builder's too lenient of a genre type. It's kind of like a template too, because Mega Man incorporates deck building into a pseudo fighting tactics game. It's a weird game in terms of gameplay. That's what makes it so memorable and fun. Um, I'd answer like yes, no, because like it really depends what you're doing the deck building around, right? If you're trying to add like a real time element to it, yes, Mega Man does that. But there are other games that don't. So
Hmm.
because Mega Man is also kind of like a fighting game in how it operates. There's also like strategy elements to it. You have to understand your spacing. You have to plan around your deck building because hence deck building. It also has like depending on the game, it has a unique sub mechanic. So or two unique sub mechanics. Or you could be like Mega Man Star Force and not be good.
Is that one of the GBA as well?
That one's a DS one. I'm being hard on
Okay.
it. It's fine. It's just like going from Battle Network to it is a bit of a bummer. But yeah,
Mega
it has
Man.
cool things.
Mega Man.
Mega Man. The Battle Network timeline's my favorite timeline
I
because
wonder
it's
if my
like, hey,
chat.
what if they were happy?
I wonder if my chat even knows what we're doing whenever we go Mega Man. Why is that?
Oh yeah, that's true. They might be young.
Why that is a thing we do?
Yeah, yeah. It's the dub. It's the dub of like the cutscenes of the X Games.
Yeah. Mega Man.
Yeah, yeah. You gotta stop him, Mega Man.
Dr. Wily.
Iris, Iris, no! What am I fighting for? Yeah,
Dr. Wily.
Dr. Wily. Oh yeah, you know what? The Mega Man is probably in like it's probably Mega Man 8 or 7. I can't remember which one. Not the X one, but it's probably 8 or 7. Yeah.
I do know that there is a port of Mega Man and Base on the GBA.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason I know there is a port of Mega Man and Base on the GBA is because someone showed up in my chat when you're going to get fucked up, child, when you get to Mega Man and Base, and then they left.
Yeah, that's valid. Based in the
Like,
Mega
you're going
Man
to get
Battle
fucked
Network.
up, kid. You're going to get fucked up.
So, me and the others were talking about, and Candy kind of chimed in as well for this, but we didn't continue the conversation. Is that base in the Mega Man games is kind of one of those generational hater type enemies
Yeah.
that is really funny because he's just a secret boss in every game, and his entire story arc is you beat me, I'm going to go back into hell and get stronger because friendship is dumb. And he comes back and you kick his ass again, and he does this about 6 different times. He'll come back from like space and he'll be like, I absorbed a god. And then you beat him and he's like, what is this? And then Mega Man will be like, friendship. He's like, that's cringe. I'm going to hell now. And I'm going to absorb something in hell. And then I'll be back.
The GBA also has all of the like Zero games, I think. All of them on the GBA, I think.
Well, yeah, no, because all of them were GBA, yeah. It's only the ZX series that's on DS that I can think of, unless they're ports, but I don't necessarily consider.
Let me go to
That's
my
like the
document
same
and see if I
thing.
like recognize something else.
Because you know what, the Mega Man Zero series is good. 01 is like fast enough, but 03 is probably my favorite.
But we still have.
Or is it Zero? Wait, which one's the one I fight Omega? It might be 2. Either 2 or 3. No, I think it's 3.
What else I recognize? Why did they keep trying to make like? Why is there like 4 fucking Frogger games on the GBA that are like Zelda but with Frogger? Why? Who was the target market for that?
Yeah, I don't know if the arcade market is. No, I guess like the arcade market would like portability, but the idea of them buying a specialized device, like a specialized portable gaming console for arcade games doesn't seem as natural to me. Because like arcade games are, depending on the game, a lot of them can feel casual, right? Except for your fighting games. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they just seem more at home at the idea of the person who just has their phone and that's their portable gaming machine versus like someone who'd be like, let me put like $90 down for a Game Boy Advance SP and I'm just gonna play Frogger on it on a cartridge.
No, but like that is the thing. It's not like Frogger. It's like, what if Frogger was Zelda? They're fucking weird.
Yeah, that is weird. I feel like that's still also like too old for the audience that had the GBA.
Yeah. Yeah, no, like the GBA is one of those things for like children that were born in like 97 upwards, I think.
I mean, I had one. I'm a little older than 97.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if
Definitely
there's
like a
something
90s
else.
kids console.
I'm trying to see if I recognize something else.
Because like the 2000 kids, the Gen Zs are the one who are like the DS was the retro console, and then you sit there and you die a little inside.
I mean, I was thinking about this the other day. Like,
Mhm.
if I decide to play Skyrim on the stream, can I categorize it as a retro game? Because that game is like 15 years old. That game is
Yeah, it
15
came out in
years old.
2011. Yeah, it came out in 2011. I remember this because in high school, so many people wouldn't shut up about it.
So like, if I play Skyrim on stream, can I like put the category retro? Like,
2011 wasn't a bad year for games at all, actually, if I remember right. Saints Row
yeah,
3 was also out, I think.
yeah.
God, there were like plenty of games around 2011. Usually, when it comes to like the big gaming years, a lot of us go like maybe around the 2006 to 2008 mark,
Yeah.
right? But it's like there were some early 2010 games that were actually like big that people never shut up about, and then we just kind of like don't talk about them as much as time went on. But Skyrim is an exception.
Like Skyrim is a retro game now, right? Like by definition.
Yeah, by technicality. Well, okay, what do we count as retro? What year count do we have to count retro? Because when I think retro, right? Because like I feel like in the 2000s you would call like an 80s game retro, right? So it should be like a 20-year mark.
I'm
Or
going to
closer
Google
to 20.
something.
I really do. This is interesting.
Going to Google something.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to say that 15 years is the mark, and I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
Because Castlevania 2 was 15 years when he made the first episode of the Angry Video Game Nerd.
That's your barometer. All right, you know what? I'll accept it. I won't argue. Yeah, all right. Yeah. But like, okay, when we say retro then, this is interesting because then the blanket for retro just becomes too encapsulating. What do we call the most retro games then? Ancient games?
Onk
Like, does the
games.
classification Onk games?
Has anyone ever called you Onk in real life?
Yes. What are you talking about? So many times.
Really?
My juniors do it so often at work. Like when I was working, my juniors would do it. Cheeky little motherfuckers. Some of my friend groups do it because like I'm in our friend group. For those listening, me and Candy in our Euro server, I'm the middle child. Candy is like second baby. She's older than only one person.
I'm the second youngest.
Yeah. So we don't, and plus like our year differences aren't too big for anyone to really make a comment. It's
except
like
for
the oldest.
Except for Lordy. Lordy is like.
Well, yeah, the oldest two, him and Flem, are the ones that we kind of joke about, and even then, I'll usually feel bad. But like when I started like doing, he does, he has two, and I think one's an adult, and I feel even older now because we've known him for so long. But in a bunch of my other friend groups, like I'm the older one by like upwards to maybe at most 10 years, just like because of work and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And so I've gotten hit with Unk, not even because I was like out of touch or said anything. Sometimes I don't say shit, and they'll just be like, "Yeah, look at Unk over there."
Uncle Nick.
I think one of them, yeah, one of them, one of them went like, "Do you even call them cougars anymore at your age bracket?" I'm like, "You motherfucker."
Like, no, but like that is a valid question for someone like me who likes like women under 30s. Like, pretty soon they're going to stop being older women. They're just going to be like.
Yeah. When does like just a cougar just become just someone to you, just like a woman.
A coworker.
Well, I guess. Wait, doesn't Cougar classify that she would also like be more interested in the younger? So I guess that would have to be the. I don't fucking know, man. These terminologies. I don't
Yeah.
know. But like, I've been called unk so many times. I do sometimes clap back with fetus or something like that. But like, it's very hard to like argue with someone younger than you when it comes to being like, haha, you're old. All you can wait for cathartically is when someone does it to them and they're like, is this what I've been doing to you? It's like, yeah, it's messed up, ain't it?
I do remember I had like
And they're just like, it was funny when I did it to you, but now it's not funny when it happens to me. I'm like, oh, boo-hoo.
I do remember when I was like a child, one of my aunts got married, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like a little baby, so I was really excited, right? Because wow.
Yeah.
So I run up to him and I start calling him uncle,
Mm-hmm.
and he looks at me like with a completely serious face, and he goes, "Don't call me uncle, you make me feel old."
Okay, so I've mentioned this before. I have a very big family. Um and I was used to okay, as much as I joke, I've been used to being called uncle since I was like 10 because I have older cousins who've had kids and I've had to babysit my nieces and nephews, right? So being called uncle is kind of like something I've dealt with early. Um I don't mind when they call me Uncle Nick. It's like or just uncle, right? Unk is just purposely disrespectful.
Yeah.
But like the funny thing is like my cousin did the exact same thing where my nephews went, "Hey Uncle Nick." I'm like, "Hey." He's like, "Hey Uncle Abigail." I'm sorry, Aunt Abigail. And she's like, "You call me aunt one more time, I swear to God." I was like, "Yeah, you better not test her. I grew up with this girl."
I'm lucky that my sister doesn't want any children, man.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't like from your descriptions of her, I can't really imagine her as a mom.
No, me
That's
neither.
not to be mean, but like every story you have of her just is like one extreme or the other, and I'm just like I'm ooh
No, yeah, me neither.
yeah, that's fine. But like yeah, has anyone see? Here's the thing, Unk is so because it's more for guys, right? No one really pulls the aunt card. Doesn't work that much.
No, we just call them hugs.
Yeah,
Hug matching.
I feel like with yeah no yeah I was gonna say I feel like with the hag it's like a weirdly sexual thing at that point.
Yeah, but that's because you know me.
Well, yeah, no, but it's not the same as like if someone went up and called someone unk. It's like yeah, right? It's
Oh,
like different.
I know
Different
people.
energy.
Trust me, I know people.
Oh god damn it! What were we talking about before this? The unk thing, hag thing. Right. Okay. So there are two different things. So I talked about how like I went to my friend's performance thing, and I was like holding the door open as a volunteer. Right? Well,
Mm-hmm.
no, not as a volunteer. I was just holding the door. I think I told this story on stream. I can't remember if I did or not. But like, she went up to the changing room. It's like a couple floors, but like, you know, I held the door open because the volunteer needed the door open. And then the lady, one of the ladies is a volunteer too. She comes in and she doesn't know me and she's a volunteer and she's like, "Oh, are you volunteering too?" And I'm like, "No, I just came to see the show." And she's like, she immediately went, he's like, "Oh, was your daughter performing?"
What the fuck? Who threw something at
I was
me?
just like, she's just like, "Was your daughter performing?" And I immediately just sounded so broken. I'm like, "I look like a dad?" And she knew she done goofed. She's older than me, by the way. But she's like, "Oh no, I was you know, I was just assuming since you were opening the door." I'm like, "Yeah, that doesn't mean anything about me being a parent. You just you just immediately went for the, oh, he must be a dad." Like, goddamn, bro. And then I told my friend, the friend I've talked about on this podcast, the one Candy keeps giggling at whenever I spend time with her. Uh, I told her about it, and she's like, "Yeah, my mom got hit with the grandma when she went to the supermarket." And my friend, she works from home, and her mom just burst into the room, and she's like, "Someone called me a grandma. I'm going to go to the barber and get my hair done."
Yeah.
I'll
No,
be
like that
back
is an
later.
important question. That is an important question. What did her hair look like?
Well, yeah, I suppose so, because that was her immediate solution, was she was gonna get her hair dyed, I believe, and then just get a new look.
Because if you're doing like the fucking like Karen haircut, you look like
Like
a
a
grandma.
Karen swoop. The Karen swoop is like totally ruined. I feel like there was a part where I didn't associate it with like the negative context and it would have looked attractive. But
Yeah.
now, like, since the whole Karen thing, it's just like it is just associated with like Gahul.
Yeah, like there is definitely some like haircuts that look like an old lady. It doesn't matter how young you are. If you're like over
I think
30,
all
if you're over 30
I
and you
think
have like certain
also
haircuts, you look like an old lady.
oh, it's same thing with dudes. I think if you get a buzz cut, it makes you look older automatically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So also I think like I this is something from me personally, and I don't ever like tell people to do a look that isn't comfortable with them. Like if they like how their hair is or whatever, power to them. I usually do not care for haircuts that expose a lot of forehead. I think it's so funny if I see too much forehead. I
Yeah.
have friends who wear their braids back and have the long cottagecore looks, and I'm like, you look wonderful. I can see the stress lines on your forehead. It is so funny to me. Yeah.
I saw a guy, like, I was walking my dog, and a guy walked past me, and he had, like, the weirdest fucking haircut that I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, he was completely bald, except for, like, a square patch of hair on the back of his neck.
That's weird.
I'm going to, like,
Okay, you know what other haircuts have been ruined though? Like they used to be cool, and now it's like you've seen them so much that you just don't care, or like it feels overdone.
which
Oh wait,
one?
she's drawing this. The half shaved mohawk.
Oh, yeah.
That used to be so cool, but then it was overdone. And then you know Echo from League of Legends.
I think.
Yeah, yeah, Echo, broken guy in what's the 2XKO.
I haven't played 2XKO.
Okay, he's the one that people ship Jinx with, black, white hair.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That half like curl look has been, as I've been told, gentrified into oblivion. And it's like, yeah, all
That's the
right, yeah, because
Killmonger.
they're yeah, it's the Killmonger. Yes, that's also it. Yes, and it's just like it's been overdone, and it's like my friend, who is also black, is like there are a lot of other cool black haircuts. Could we get some of those? And I'm like, all right, yeah, all right, I'd be willing to see some of them. And then he showed me some, and then I remembered some of them from manga too, and I'm like, oh yeah, these haircuts look cool too. And it's just like, yeah, could character creators have that, please? Thank you.
Yeah. It definitely, like, it feels like, I don't know, like, it feels like tokenizing in a way. Like, yeah, this is the black guy. He has to have the Killmonger.
It does. You know what though? It's also like, do you think we also get that with other demographics though?
Oh, yeah.
Like, but like the ones that aren't as big of a voice, like indigenous people. Do you think they look at a character and then they roll their eyes like, wow, another a feather in the motif?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know
Yeah,
for a fact
like
they do.
yeah, because like part of me has been interested because it's like they're not as vocal as a demographic because they're much less in number. But like almost every Native American or indigenous character in a video game or media is like I'm one with my spirituality. It's me and the tribe rather than being an individual.
Yeah, and
And part of me
like,
yeah.
every Native American guy has, like, long hair that is either, like, side parted or, like, on a
Yeah.
ponytail.
Or like they have like the classic like Texan attire with the brown leather jacket with the frills and stuff like that, and the
Yeah.
jeans and the boots. But the one character I can sort of like give some credit for, who, oh god,
This is what it looked like.
yeah, that's pretty bad.
And
At
I don't
that
know.
point, just shave your head, man.
And I was just looking at him like, that has to be a cult, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just shave your head, dude.
Like, that has to be like the haircut of a new cult going around. He cannot have
Pretty
done that
much.
intentionally.
Yeah, but I lost my place in my thought. What was I talking about?
And you were going to give credit to one character?
Oh, Delsin from Infamous Second Son is an indigenous character, but his design's at least interesting, and his character's malleable enough to. Still, part of his arc is to like watch out for his reserve, which is fine, but he feels enough like an individual, and that isn't his entirety. So yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think his design is like fine because he's kind. To be fair, this is coming from someone who likes punk attire, but I'm just like, yeah, no, let him cook, let him have it.
I think I have seen just like a little bit of that game because like every now and then I
I
see
tried.
every now
Yeah,
and then I see like someone posting about how cool the effects look.
they do look cool. I'll say it's tough because I played Infamous 1, I played Infamous 2, and Infamous 2 is a really good game. And then I played Second Son, and to be fair, Delsin's powers are actually a little. They're varied enough and interesting. It's just like something about that game in that open world format is just not enough to like keep me hooked.
Yeah.
Like I get bored really fast with it. I don't know why per se, but yeah.
Oh, curious.
Anything else in your week or
Trying to think if something interesting happened.
all right?
Not really.
Okay. Then I'll take my week. Watched had two different anime watch nights I had to put together with groups of friends. Marathoning JoJo again to get people caught up for Steel Ball Run. And it's really funny because like the first series protagonist is the most gentleman man you could think of, and then his grandson is a dirtbag piece of shit. It's really funny.
It happens.
Joseph Joestar is one of the most popular JoJos for a reason. He's just hilarious. Then the other one we watched that we continued watching the Chinese anime Lord of Mysteries, which continues to be so confusing. It's clearly an isekai. It seems to be adapted from a light novel RPG, like a light RPG novel or whatever they're called. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
They've just reworded a bunch of like isekai RPG leveling mechanics into their own textbook stuff, which is why it adds to being more confusing.
Yeah.
Like a lot of needless subsystems, and it's like, god damn it, but okay. Forget us saying classes or anything.
What would you do?
Um,
Like that's a
what?
question. What would you do if you were like tasked with like making isekai interesting again? But like an isekai, a fun isekai again, like something unique, something interesting. What would you do?
You might disagree with this. I'd get rid of the Western RPG part.
Yeah. I get that.
I would, because like there are so many problems with isekai that just like it's the Western RPG format of defeat the demon lord or go in this and then having the pro tag have like a broken skill off bat is kind of just annoying. But at the same time, I can see the counter argument where it's like RPG grinding is not too interesting to watch. Um, so I would probably make it more of the protagonist who's a little more interesting, because the isekai protagonist does not care that they've died and been moved to a new world. They have no attachment to the old world.
Yeah.
And that throws off an interesting arc. Like you could have like totally a character who's desperate to get back home, like Samurai Jack or something like that to that effect. And that's a very compelling idea. And then like the conflict of acclimating to that world and finding important people there. I'm very much a sucker for urban RPG, so maybe mythical elements in like an urban subsetting. Definitely do not give a shit about in media res terms.
Yeah.
At the same time, it's very hard to get an exposition machine, like the exposition machine. But like, honestly, for the isekai thing, I'd get rid of the Western RPG element, probably the leveling element, because the problem is the character is going to have a system that's set up to make them very OP.
Yeah, but
So yeah,
there is a question in there. It's like,
yeah.
why even make it a video game?
Hmm.
Why even make it a video game? Why even make the other world a video game?
Oh yeah, technically speaking, there are other isekais that aren't even really leveling that are actually a little more memorable. Escaflowne, you can make an argument as a two-way isekai. Inuyasha, you can make an argument as an isekai, and it's also two-way. So you don't have to. You can
Yeah,
just be
yeah.
skilled. Like the thing I would do is like get rid of leveling mechanics because it's at that point it's like the you get the Dragon Ball Z power level problem of just like bigger number all usually means better or whatever. It's like make a character whose problems have to be their wit and their ideas. It's so ingrained into isekai to be an RPG or like a video game thing.
Yeah.
Um there's been like a sub faction of isekai that are the villainous romance ones where it's a dating
Mm-hmm.
sim,
Yeah.
which is at least different enough for me to go like, yeah, okay, give it to him.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I just I'm so tired of the Western RPG. If I have to hear another isekai, I've talked about this so many times with the trope where it's just like the isekai is him going into this fantasy world and the first character he meets is like my name is Noxford Dulamante and I'm just like I shut up I hate this. Oh,
So you know
I'm
what they
getting
should
mad
do?
thinking about it.
You know what they should do?
Ooh, long Latin names is the foreign element.
You know what they should do? They should make an isekai based on like that video about Eminem as a second century warlord.
That would be funny. That would be funny. See, stuff like that, I would totally be fine with that. You know what? You know what's another good isekai that doesn't necessarily include leveling at all? It's Drifters. Because Drifters has it's my favorite isekai. I just remembered it. Drifter's entire idea is the Dissidia plotline where two gods are warring with each other. And so what they do in this fantasy world is they drop historical figures from Earth and they make them become like their prime fighters in their team. So the good god chooses all of the people who were rogues in history, while the evil god chooses people we would consider heroes. And you see the interesting thing where they're introduced into an RPG world, but they don't have a level up mechanic, is that the good guys, who are all technically rogues in our world, are conquerors, and the bad guys are people who are saints, right?
Yeah.
Or like good people. So like on the evil team, you have Joan of Arc and Anastasia, and Anastasia is just like ice mage woman, while Joan of Arc is a pyromancer because she was burned to death and she's rightfully pissed. Meanwhile, on the bad guy team, you have Oda Nobunaga, and none of the good guy team has magical powers. They're just really good at conquering. So they're like, hey, let's just recreate firearms. Let's just do that. Let's just use our war tactics, guys. There's a cool scene in Drifters where there's a war going on and there's a flying dragon, right? They're flying dragons. And the way Drifters goes is it's not an isekai where everyone comes in at the start. As the war keeps on, more figures from history keep dropping in. So a
Yeah.
portal will open and everyone's like friend or foe, friend or foe. And one of the best parts is there are these dragons or wyverns in the sky and they're invading. And then a portal opens and a kamikaze pilot comes in and he's like, these American jets are weird. And he shoots them down. And it's rad. It's rad. Drifters is a 12 episode anime. It has a manga that keeps going, but out of all the isekais I can remember, it's kind of the most fun because it doesn't do level up mechanics. It shows these characters who are pre-established how they would interact and do these things and swaps perspectives. The isekai is like always kind of a backdrop, but it kind of plays in as well. So like I think that's the problem. I think isekais everyone knows that isekai is just an easy template.
Yeah.
But the problem is like that easy template, if that's the case, you really need to make sure the other stuff you're hinging on is interesting.
Yeah. Like I'm
If
thinking
your
like
characters are kind of vapid and simple, like no one's gonna give a shit.
yeah. And it's just like in general, like the over reliance, and that is a problem not only with isekais but with a lot of fiction in general. It's like the over reliance on like the Western medieval aesthetic.
Yeah, I'm just so sick. I'm just so tired of it.
It's like, why don't you make an isekai where the guy just dropped into like the Mongol golden hordes? Like
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
dealing with
no,
this
like
now.
you could do a lot of isekais where it's like, hey, what if it's like East Asia or Chinese warring kingdoms isekai? I'm sure there are some that are like that, but like
Yeah.
just more historical elements or like, hey, here's me in the Ottoman Empire or something.
Or
There's a
like what about
lot of
like
different cultures. that you could kind of like it's like get inspired from.
But like, what about an isekai where like the protagonist can actually like go back and forth, but like there is a limit to it,
Yeah,
like there is a cooldown or something like that.
Yeah, there are those that exist, like two-way. That's what I was talking about when I say two-way isekai.
Yeah, and like, well, like the thing is, like the problem starts affecting both worlds, and the protagonist is always smart about like going back and forth to like make sure like neither world collapses.
I don't know if to that extent, but that would be pretty good. I think the last one that I could think of that kind of did something similar was like a rom-com, and it kind of got more shit as time went on. Was Mouse-sama, but yeah, it's like I just don't see much interest in new isekais. I think the only one that I could probably no, I can't.
My hot take for the
Even
streaming,
even if Konosuba kept on going until it finished, I'd probably be like, yeah, whatever.
my hot take for the stream is that Narnia is the best isekai.
Narnia? Oh, you're right. Narnia is a pretty good isekai. You are totally right. That being said, I don't really care that much about. I think I've only ever cared about the first book, and I never gave a shit about anything else. And then
I did read all of them, and there is a really funny thing in like one of the books where like so you know like as you read the books, you realize that the witch from the Lion the
Lion, Witch, and Wardrobe.
she's actually like some sort of like ancient god that has been around for like and trying to like destroy the Narnia for like a very long time.
Okay.
And at some point in like one of the at some point in like one of the like later books, she actually gets transported into the real world and starts wreaking havoc into the real world. And the reason she's able to do that is because she's like 7 feet tall, and the fact that she's 7 feet tall gets the uncle of the protagonist really, really horny. Ew. So he helps her because wow, my 7 feet tall queen, step on me.
Don't show him Dimitrescu. Be careful of Dimitrescu.
So that's like the entire, like half of the entire book is this guy is really into tall women. So he helped the 7 foot tall woman. It's really funny.
And we really blame him truly. Have we not all yearned?
Yeah.
I remember the White Witch being one of those imposing book villains, even as a kid. Because she wasn't just like brute force, she was just like conniving, and she'd turn people's families against each other.
Yeah. I think although like I will say as much as my favorite Narnia book is actually the one that is not an isekai.
I don't even know which one.
There is a Narnia book, I think it's the 5th one, called The Boy and His Horse. And it is and it is entirely set on Narnia. There is no real world. There is no real world crossover in it. And it's just like this adventure story about this kid traveling through like across a continent on his horse that can speak, and it's really good. I really like it.
I mean, yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
They're like what 7 books?
Yeah, 7. And it's a pain in the ass to read because the chronological order is different than the release order.
I'd imagine. Because you get your what's it fucking called? Your prequels and stuff like that.
Yeah. It's very, very complicated. And there's the whole thing about Narnia secretly being like a Bible book.
That's pretty funny.
Because like that guy is was like a huge Christian.
Wasn't like Aslan compared to like Jesus or something?
No. Aslan is Jesus. He's not compared to Jesus. Aslan is Jesus.
Oh, okay. Lion Jesus.
Yeah. Jesus would cool.
To be fair, if a lion was performing those miracles, I guess I would get pretty hyped.
Yeah. Let's go, Lion Jesus. Let's go.
Let's go, Lion Jesus. What animal would Judas be?
I think Judas is the one that one like kid who is like friends with the witch.
Well, yeah, no, I know that, but like if we were talking about like animal,
probably a hyena.
Animal Jesus. You really were going for the Lion King thing? Hyenas aren't even intrinsically evil. They're just scavengers.
I don't know. They're like the most like funny looking of them.
They are. I love them. They're little goofy guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Judas would have to be something scraggly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, anything else in the week?
You're talking
Oh.
about your week, and then we got sidetracked.
Oh shit, I was. Yeah, no. This all happened from like isekai stuff. Oh yeah, because Lord of Mysteries. We also watched Timon's B-side, which is a cute rom-com, which is like a girl becomes like the housekeeper for her favorite idol member of this idol group of guys, and outward he's like the playboy Oshi, but inside he's like a nervous, anxious wreck who hates himself, and he will panic at anything.
Yeah. Just like me, for real, for
And
real.
and it's her just loving like the cool side of him, but also kind of falling for like his real self, which is cute. Then there was a third one called You and I Are Polar Opposites, and that's very adorable and wholesome as a rom-com. And then after that, later in the week, I had to go to my doctor, and I talked to them about like my focus, and then we went through the ADHD test,
Yeah.
and I saw everything on the ADHD test. And I'm like, huh,
Huh.
I may have been unchecked for years.
We need to get you on
That's
that
not
meth,
good.
guy. We need to get you on that on those
Yeah.
methamphetamines.
So one of the things that kind of stands out to me the most, because a lot of these have existed, is one thing that an ADHD person tends to do is finish other people's sentences.
Yeah, because other
Like
people speak too slowly.
that, and it's just like part of me thought it was like, oh, part of me kind of thinks it's like an affection thing, because I'm listening to you and I'm trying to figure out what you're trying to think. But like, yeah, you are taking a bit long, and it's just like, uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
It's like, are you one of the most talkative in your friend groups? I'm like, absolutely. When I get to
Yes.
know you. And yeah, I went through the more detailed survey, and I'm getting a psychologist analysis this week. So maybe I'll end up becoming medicated, which would be very nice. Because then I can
Wow.
focus. I can focus and I can actually get things done. Because apparently, also the fun thing, not fun. Aside from ADHD tackling your productivity, it also has overlapping things with fatigue, but bigger, it has overlapping symptoms with anxiety, and I'm already diagnosed with anxiety. So my doc was like, it could be very likely that, and her words, not mine, this is a package deal, or it's one or the other, and the other's in disguise. It's just like, okay. So here's hoping I would really enjoy it, because there were too many days where I'd just like have midday fatigue. I'd just be too tired, and then I just wouldn't be motivated or keep my attention. And this could help big time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it could,
then
hopefully.
hopefully, really hoping, I'd like to get more shit done in my life. And then finally, for free time, I've been playing Liza P because a friend kept on telling me to play Liza P because she bought it for me, and I put it off for a couple months. I'm like, fine, I'll play this 50-hour game. Curse you. And Liza P is really good.
Yeah.
I'd say it's better than most Soul games I've ever played, because most Soul games, even just like the actual originals, most Soul games or Souls likes copy off the Souls format, and they don't change much. They're just, here's the Souls template and our delivery of the story, right? This goes, we're using Bloodborne as the template, but we're not going to use only that. We're going to add in our own sub mechanics and systems that extensively change it. We're going to make visceral attacks a far more not easier, but just like more part of your kit. Uh, you have like a Legion arm, which has like you can swap arms, and you can kind of like Nero's arm, but not really, and you can make them kind of do different things, like become a flamethrower, be a shock mount, be or just a grappling hook to zoom in on your enemies. Um, some bosses are remixed ideas of Bloodborne. Like the second boss is just Dark Beast Parl, but smaller, so instantly better. Because Parl's one kind of bad thing about that, like one of its fatal flaws as a boss is it's just too big, so its AOE damage is a little unfair.
Yeah.
Also the camera gets way too janky with Dark Beast Parl.
That's my main problem with the Souls games, so yeah. I feel
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
content
This has
I feel like the content like behind the wire camera is like bad for action game. You know?
Yeah, it's not. Liza P does it a little better. The lore is far less ambiguous. This game is pretty linear, and the talking to the NPCs kind of does help flesh it out, which I think I'm kind of appreciating more because like people love the Souls kind of like story that you have to like dig for and kind of piece together. But at some point, like that can start being harmful to the game at hand because then I'm focusing on the like the gameplay and the story isn't hitting me or I'm missing parts of it.
Yeah.
So I've ended up prioritizing one thing over the other. Um so having something that's less ambiguous and to be fair, this is mostly just like we have a bunch of automatons and they're just puppets. And there's become a puppet uprising. They went haywire. And instead of souls, you have something called ergo.
They went a little silly.
Um yeah. And this game does a very interesting story because of course your character's name is Pinocchio, and the thing that separates him from other automatons is his ability to lie and display acts of humanity. So you're trying to make him more human, and some of the tasks to be more human is, well, when you have the chance to lie because it's a very human thing to do, right? Or you can do things like solve riddles. There's a guy who calls on phones and he'll give you a riddle. He sounds like a psychopath, and if you solve the riddle, it's
I
because
mean,
like, oh,
he's
human
calling you to give you
curiosity.
riddles. He's not normal.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And then the other is collecting musical records and listening to them because it's the enjoyment of art and the finer things and stuff like that that it would separate you from an automaton.
Yeah.
And it progresses slowly from your gears are turning to the essence of a soul, which is like your ergo is moving, and then it becomes like your heart is beating, and stuff like that. I think it influences the end game. I'm not entirely sure. I'll say the weakness of this game so far is the first few. No, I'd say the first one, two, three, four. First four bosses are not too interesting per se. The rest of the game is. I like the first boss is just your big guy who swipes. Second one is more or less Dark Beast Parl, but Parl also swipes. Third one is like this automaton that's like a furnace automaton, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then fourth guy is kind of a gross guy that swipes, and he is also like a big gross like bug, millipede with two phases. But then the fifth
And his
boss,
wipes.
and he swipes. The fifth boss is a 4v1, and it's really cool.
Oh.
That area is really interesting and fun. It's where the story gets more you kind of get more interested in the story. There's more people talking. You feel a little more involved. Pinocchio himself does not talk. But like yeah, it's fun enough. And eldest, what is it? Eldest of the Black Rabbit Brotherhood is that boss. That's when things get really cool. And it's a really fun boss. I think it probably does a lot better than some Souls that would try Souls games
Yeah.
that would try it. That like saying the first four bosses are kind of like whatever. There's some side bosses. The areas themselves are okay. Clearly, some are homages to Souls areas and Bloodborne areas. Um, and it's not like Souls games and Bloodborne games have beat for beat amazing bosses. There's some that just suck. But the fact that it's like the starting four, to be fair, it only took me like 2 to 4 hours to get through them. It's not bad, but like it really like it's the rest of the game up until that point that was kind of carrying me through more than the bosses themselves.
Yeah.
The gear is okay. The boss weapons look kind of cool. They kind of have trick weapons, but not really. Um, I'm waiting for a specific weapon that I was told about, and that weapon is just a shovel. I just want to hit people with a shovel. I killed God with a shovel, and yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's a good game. The outfits are also pretty good too. The characters are all like Pinocchio allegories. Like you have your blue fairy, she's the cute woman who helps you level up.
Yeah.
You have Antonia, who I believe is like based off of the book character Anthony. You have instead of Jiminy Cricket, you have the cooler version Gemini. He's a little like sociable person who gives you commentary as you enter areas. They're your conduit for speech essentially. Um, and you get like these characters called stalkers, which are hunters and like outlaws, or well, not really outlaws. They're like bodyguards and mercenaries for hire, which litter the world, and they hate puppets because of the uprising. So if so you usually have to lie to them and say, "Oh, I'm a human." They're like,
Oh.
well, a puppet wouldn't lie, so okay.
Yeah.
And then when they find out, they get really pissed. But yeah, Liza, the core ideas of humanity and linking it to these things, and that we usually think of negative, but it's like, oh, here's the greater context for these things. Like sometimes you have to lie to a grieving person because like, you know, they're going to die anyway, and it's just like, oh, is this the merciful thing to do? It adds a lot of this interesting involved story for your character more than a FromSoft game does, because a FromSoft game kind of looks like, who the hell cares about you as the player? Sure, you'll kill people, but important people,
Yeah.
but you'll always be remembered as like nameless or whatever. And you know, you're kind of just a footnote in history. You've moved these things along, but you're kind of the, I mean, in Liza P, you're kind of the backdrop too, but it's like you still feel involved because it's like your arc. Um, Rather than being like some random undead on a mission, you know?
Yeah.
Fun time. Gonna keep on going at it. I don't enjoy Souls grind. I think that's why with Souls fatigue, but I will say even with my Souls fatigue, Lies of P is a very solid game.
Yeah.
And I know as soon as I finish, my friend is going to be like, "Oh my god, you finished it, great! I'm gonna gift you the DLC now." I'm like, "Oh, you 50 hours wasn't enough. You need to add another 20 to my list. All right."
I know there's a boss on the DLC that is like pretty.
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about. She's like, I think she's like the sister to the level, the Shrine Maiden in that game.
Uh,
Because the
no, but
Shrine
like,
Maiden is like the blue fairy allegory. I know the one you're talking about. I've seen her.
yeah. Well, now I'm thinking about like something because like the whole thing you mentioned about like, you know, like him becoming human and all of that stuff. Remind me of something I've been thinking about this week because I've been like watching a couple of people play Pragmata, you know, like the new game from Capcom.
Oh
Capcom,
yeah. Yeah, I
Pragmata.
know Pragmata. Yeah.
And a lot of people are like getting very emotionally invested on that child, right?
Yeah.
And I of course didn't because I don't like children. You know this about me. Uh,
Yeah, I know.
but then I started thinking about something else, and that is like I cannot get invested in this child in particular because even in the context of the game, you are not real. Like
You, the person?
like I'm starting to realize that like I believe that computers, AI, whatever, will never be able to be sentient.
Well,
So
then
so so,
this
so
gets
I'm
into
looking
the
so I'm looking at
this gets
her. I'm looking at
mm.
Diana and I'm thinking your emotions are not real. Like even in the world of the game, your
Well,
emotions are not real.
do you feel the
You are a
same when it's
thing.
2B? Do you feel the same when it's 2B? Do you feel the same with other like automated characters?
Oh, for 2B, I'm just horny.
Yeah, but she's not real, right? It's like there's an emotion being elicited, and with what's her name in Pragmata?
Diana?
Diana, because like her whole thing is like, yeah, I guess you could make the argument that like her emotions and responses are programmed in. Then you can make the argument of like, what is a human if not programmed in? But like, I do appreciate, just like from what I've heard, it's just like, oh, this isn't sad dad story. It's, hey, here's a happy dad story. I'm like, thank fucking God, bro. I'm so sick of this. I'm so sick of the notion of a dad is like, I am sad. Time to go save child. And that's your entire existence. Just have you just have a situation where it's like, hey kiddo, you want to play catch? You're like, yeah, let me play a lame dad. I don't care. At least it's different. At least it's different. I'm so sick of sad dad. Like Sebastian Castellanos from Goddamn Evil Within 2, Kratos, Ashura. Like there's so many sad dads. At least with Ashura, he's a little different because Ashura goes angry dad. Kratos used to be angry dad. That was probably the most interesting, and like his redemption story is interesting. But at the same time, he's not much of a conversationalist when he's in his depressed mode.
Yeah.
Sebastian's too busy being a drunk. But at least with like Pragmata, it's like, here's what a wholesome father-daughter relationship could actually look like on an adventure.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I just feel like
Atreus would look off in the distance and cry.
like I don't know. I just look at the child, and I feel like manipulated. I feel like it's a computer pretending to be a child because it knows what people think about children.
Well, to be fair, that can go for any like heroic dad story. The thing is, like, the fact that she's an automaton or whatever the equivalent is like, you could make the argument of the themes of like what is real, what bonds would be real, etc., and so on. Those could be the messages of the story. I'm not too familiar with Pragmata, like, but it's like at the same time, if it's like, oh, this character is forced to elicit an emotion, is like, yeah, that's a character's purpose.
Yeah, but
I mean, happens.
like even in like the context, like not compared to me in the real world, but even in like the context of the world of the game itself. That's what I mean.
Yeah, but if your character's going along with it, and there's because from what I remember, like Diana, like she makes like drawings of you and stuff like that, and there's a difference to the automated character where it's this character has I think the important thing is, does the character have emotions that are purely reactive, or is there a proactivity to it, right?
Yeah.
Because the reactive one feels like you're chatting with an AI or something. It's only kind of humoring you because you are giving it an input. But from what I remember, Diana makes like drawings and stuff of you. That is a proactive element. So then you make the argument is like, okay, what is sentient life here? What is that? Other thing is, I'll say this right here and now, for Mass Effect, Legion is my son. And how dare you? I love Legion. Legion's a hero.
I don't know, like, you know, Mass Effect, I played the first one in like 4 hours, got bored, and didn't play it.
2 is amazing. Legion is so adorable because Legion doesn't even understand it might have something akin to emotions and fear responses. There's a part where literally Legion is desperate to save its race, and to emulate a hero, what does it do? It grafts on Shepard's old armor plating. And when Shepard asks, it goes like, I don't know why I did that. And it's like, aw, my son looks up to me. Adorable. As for 2B, I haven't really played much of Automata, so I don't know. People really love her. I don't like to believe it's all horny. I'd like to believe she's at least a decent character. Yeah. It's tough. I can't bat completely for a game I don't know too much about.
My favorite character in Nier Automata is a character that is literally just called Jackass.
That's fair.
And they're an asshole to you the whole time.
That's fair. How dare you say that there can never be sentience in a robot how dare you say that to my best friend Bender Bending Rodriguez? He wants, he needs, he goes into excess. My God, if he's more human than all of us. I don't know. Mm-hmm.
Is he actually called Rodriguez?
Yeah, his last name's Rodriguez. His name is Bender Bending Rodriguez. Yeah, no, it's like I can't pitch too much on Pragmata. I just liked hearing the fact it's like, oh, we have a happy game. Because I think as I've gotten older, I'm getting a little tired of the idea that a media has to be depressing to be well written.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's and to be fair, I do feel like sometimes in media now there's an overcorrection to it. Like we're getting saturated with happy, wholesome media, and it happens. But it's just like you can elicit emotions other than sadness or anger, and it can be well written. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I'll even play Pragmata. It's... Meh.
Pragmata.
If someone told me it's akin to Dead Space, I'm like, that might be the best thing going for it for me to maybe play. But I don't know. I'm not too interested in buying anything new because I have so much in front of me.
Pragmata.
It's a good name though for a new IP. You know what? I'll also give points. I think I'm also giving leniency because I'm just happy that we're getting a new IP.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of another like continuation thing. Just kind of experiment, throw some shit at the wall. It's not the most original thing by far. It is not, but yeah, I'll take it. I'll take a new IP.
Apparently it's doing pretty well.
Yeah. No, apparently it is. Apparently it really is. I've seen a lot of YouTube shorts just like on my subscription feed, and it's like people seem to really like it.
My YouTube shorts are only cats.
Oh no, I'm not talking about my algorithm one. I'm talking about like when you go to your YouTube subscription feed.
Yeah, I don't check
those.
those.
Follow. Yeah.
I don't check.
Well,
them.
no, it's just like put into my feed. I didn't know you can take that out. But yeah.
I have a lot of stuff that is like element blocked. Like I use a lot of like extensions to like element block a lot of stuff, so I block a lot of like the shorts.
Okay.
I block a lot of the shorts on like the YouTube subscription feed. I block all the like grok buttons on Twitter. I block the AI overview in Google. I have a lot of stuff.
When it comes to my subscription feed, the only shorts I watch are animated ones because I tend to like just animation.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's about it. There are times where I'm just like bored and then I'm stupid enough to press a short and then just scroll, and then that's just like that's bad. That's bad for your brain. Stop doing that.
Mine's are just cats.
There was a cute one of a drugged out cat that was getting his nails clipped, and I was like, "It's the cutest thing ever." He just has this. He has this high, like he or she. They have this high face, like at the end. They're just like, "Oh my god!" Like it's the cutest face. I'm gonna send you a screenshot of the face. I'm sure you've probably seen this. Oh, your baby. That thing is pure cuteness. They're so zooted. Like it's just holding the space. It's just
God is talking to God.
Yeah. Like look how zooted they are. Look at the baby.
Oh, it's like the slide. The slide open up the mouth like
But yeah, that was my week so
I want
far.
I want to have two cats. I want to have two cats. I want to have two cats that are like one of them is an orange one and one of them is a black one, right?
That sounds like your MMO. Well, MO.
And the orange one is called Felony, and the black one is called Misdemeanor.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I want.
See, this is easy because if you really have to hide their names, you can just call them Fel and Missy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then also a crow that is just called Ricardo.
Having a crow would be very useful.
Yeah.
They're pretty cool.
I was watching this video like yesterday of a British guy, who trained crows to bring him money.
Yeah. He's been like slowly showing them like coins and bills and stuff, and he's been giving them food. Yeah, I know the exact guy you're talking about.
I know, that's very useful.
Yeah, I mean, like he's doing it. He's smart. He's really smart here.
Yeah.
You gotta respect the hustle.
And you gotta remember to do not fuck with crows, because they remember and they teach their kids.
That's true.
They teach their kids to like hate you as well.
You gotta be nice to them, otherwise they'll fuck you up, man.
Yeah. Are crows like the only nice bird? I feel like every other bird is like an asshole.
No, parrots are cute. There are also other like pet birds that can be affectionate.
Parrots are funny, but they're also kind of like a little bit of an asshole, to be honest.
Well, you can train them. There's that guy who like he just like makes the parent point at things and name things, and it's like the cutest thing ever because it's like so happy. Because it'll be like, he'll be like, pick orange, and he's like, cop, because it has to say what's the orange thing as it touches it, and then after a while it'll be like, treat now, stachio. It's like, oh.
Yeah, but like here's the thing: crows can speak too, and they're smarter and better overall.
Well, yeah, but like I think like parrots can just say outright full-on sentences. I'm sure crows can too, but it's not like on average as easy for them apparently.
Yeah,
They
because
have better pattern recognition. They're clearly smarter. I'm just saying like this isn't a contest what I'm pitching. It's the fact that like there is another bird that is pretty friendly to humans.
I forgot how it was. Like there is this like bird that is like super fat, super round. I don't remember how it's.
Hmm. I think chickens are apparently also pretty friendly to humans. So, is that if you want a pet chicken, lay yourself some eggs.
Trying to
Pluto.
remember.
Why is there no Pluto? Oh, there is a Pluto. Oh, why is it so ugly? Oh. Okay. This is cooler.
Yeah, I found it. It's a species. It's a species of New Zealand, like wild parrot. It's called the kakapo.
I know the exact one you're talking about.
And the thing is, like, it's so fat that it cannot fly.
Yeah.
They're just like
Birdo.
they're just fat by nature.
They're cute though.
Kakapo.
There are people because of Harry Potter who legitimately wanted like a fucking wizard like an owl as a pet. And it's just like they are some of the worst pets you could possibly have because they're so much more possessive as a bird.
Hey, Star.
Hey, Star. Like I think it's like proven that owls like just consider anything that's like a long-standing companion a mate. So the problem is if you have an owl, it'll latch onto you and then it'll get really aggressive to anyone else.
Yeah, and people forget that parrot. If people forget that owls are like carnivorous and dangerous.
Yeah, like their talons are sharp. They do not fuck around.
Yeah, I did have a group of owls that was my friend. I was in high school. Because there was like because my high school was really weird because it was like multiple levels and like some of the levels were like basement but also floor level. It's like it was like a really weird like because you got into the entrance and then from the entrance you went down and you were in a basement, but then you can walk into the basement and and you didn't go up, but you went out and you were in the floor again, in the ground floor again. Because it was like multiple buildings built over like 3 centuries put together. So like there was like the old wing, the older wing, and like the newer wing, and they were like connected by hallways going like sneaking around and going underground and stuff like that. So there were a lot of like weird halls for stuff to be in. And I remember there was like a family of owls that lived in like some of those halls. And
yeah, I don't like owls. Well, no, I don't dislike owls, but it's like the owl that I remember, I do not care for.
yeah, and I started bringing. I looked them up because I looked and I found the species they were, and I found they were like insect eaters. So I started bringing them bugs because there was a farm next. It was a farm next to my house, so it was really easy to just like dig holes and get some worms and shit. So I started like putting them in buggies and bringing them worms because of one of the clubs I will stay in school until like very late in the night. So I started bringing them worms, and they started like coming out to eat the worms I gave them, and they started hanging out with me. So it got to a point where like on the nights I would just like sit around on like the grounds of the school, and they would come out and just like sit next to me and like do nothing because owls kind of do nothing. They just sit next to you, or they will sit next to me and be like.
Yeah, my memory is just like there was one that was near like the not foresty, but the tree enclosed area near my old high school. It was I think it was like the American barn owl, like the whole eye is like black. And that thing would just stare at you as you walked, and if you just stood there and stared at it, it wouldn't blink, and I felt like the amnesia insanity meter go up?
Yeah.
That's how it felt whenever I looked at that thing. I did not like it. I just left as soon as I just like I don't know what he was thinking. as he was looking at me. Nefarious thoughts, evil owl. Here for my streak, then leaving and trying to ignore the fact my grandmother has invited people over to my house without telling me, and bro is still here.
That fucking sucks.
Oh,
I hate when that happens.
You could always use us to drown out the noise.
Why did you make this, why did you say that so sexy?
That's me saying it's sexy? I don't know if you know what sexy is. I don't think you know. I don't have a seductive tone in my body. Like I don't think I could actually flirt in that way. You, thanks, Star.
I found the ones that were like the ones that lived in my school. I refound them.
That's good.
They were called. It's called a motlet. How do you pronounce that? Owl.
Motley.
Mottled.
Motlet. Okay, Motlet owl.
They're kind of cute.
Oh, insane headache too. I just want to go to bed. Can this guy leave? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's
you are dealing with this. I'm kind of hungry. Again.
Don't eat the owl.
I'd eat an owl. Well, actually, I don't know if owls are good. Because the problem is, like, when you go up higher on the list of the food chain, they just taste worse.
Yeah, we need the plants.
So, yeah, you kind of need the herbivores, because they taste the best. Or at least omnivores.
Look, so there was a whole family of these guys living on my school.
Yeah.
There was a whole family of these guys living on my school. And I would just hang out with them at night.
Oh, God. That's not too far off from the barn owl that I saw. I fucking hate those things.
I think they're cute.
Take care, Star.
Take care, Star.
Take care.
I think they're cute.
No, yours are cute. The one I remember was evil.
And there was like a whole family, so they were like also like some babies, like some small ones. And they're really funny when they're really funny when they're small because they're like, they look like they have like terrible hair, like they got like terrible frizzy hair. Because they're
what I'm talking about.
Because their feathers are like super. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you meant. I know this.
I hate those fucking ones.
And yeah, they will just like I will just sit down on like the soccer field at night at the school, and they will just come out of their holes and just like sit next to me, and they were like, because it was really cute because I could tell they were like trusting me because they would just like kind of like huddle up and like close their eyes and be like, and they would just stay with me.
Yours look a little floofy at least. They're like cute looking.
And they were really cute. And I remember like one day during the day, one time during the day, one of them got into a classroom, and everyone was freaking out. So I went into the classroom, and I just picked him up. I took him outside, and he was just like okay, this is my life now. I'm getting picked up. He didn't fight or anything. I just like picked him up.
His baby.
I just like pick him up like a burger. Because that's how you pick a bird. You pick him up like a burger. You hold him like a burger. And I just like took him outside and he went to his little hole.
Aww.
What a cute little. I miss them.
What a cute little
I wonder
guy.
what they're doing.
Oh, right. Certain gaming news. I completely forgot that too.
What, Mindset is back?
Mindset creator makes a DLC where you can kill the saboteurs of his game.
Oh. Apparently it's 1 hour long and nothing happens.
I need you to know I need this conspiracy to be real, and he like I want him to be right, but none of us will ever believe him.
Yeah.
That's just what I want. Nagoshi Studio removes entire YouTube channel and Gang of Dragon trailers following funding woes. To which the joke has been the man who has erased his game.
Yeah.
But apparently it came back up, so I don't know anymore. I didn't even check. Maybe I'll check.
And like it's again like
I don't care.
Like don't take money from the Chinese, don't take money from the Arabs.
Hold on.
I know that sounds a little bit racist, but you know what I mean.
Hold on. Gang of Dragon. I need to see if... Okay, so Negoshi Studios has not uploaded it. I don't know if Negoshi Studios... Okay, let's look. Negoshi Studio. Let's see. The Game Awards. I don't see. Okay, yeah, I don't see anything from a Negoshi related channel. So for all I know, it's still deleted by them. Yeah. What a way to go. Also, like, don't accept like you you accepted money for this funding only to make the same thing you used to make.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like, it'd be one thing if you left for purely creative differences and then you made the thing, but it's like this doesn't look too... The only thing I can tell is like you kill people in this one.
Yeah, but like it would have been interesting, I think, to have like some degree of
Kabuki Cho.
It would have been interesting to have like some degree of competition or like a more serious take on Yakuza, because I feel like Yakuza is getting too silly.
True, but like at the same time, it's like to go straight into Kabuki Cho 2 and just make these parallels so evident. It's like you could do something else.
Yeah.
Because like at the same time, like I feel like with Yakuza games as well, it's like you get sick of Kamurocho and stuff like that. Getting some new scenery would also help with the blood. But yeah, whatever. There was the PlayStation DRM situation, but it's being kind of like affirmed that it's not just a DRM thing. It's just like, oh, we wait 14 days on your return period, and then after the return period is done, your license is permanent, so you don't have to, So whatever, it still sucks. DRM sucks. I sit here and I cry to myself because I'm like, no matter what they do, people still won't buy physical.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Did you hear
Xbox
about that
is
game? Did you hear about
Yeah.
that game that came out that was like made by like the... Did we talk about this? The one that was made by like the Imagine Dragons guys.
Yeah. Yeah. The Imagine Dragon. Why does your stream say commercial break in progress for my fucking...
I don't know. I mean, there is an ad going.
Yeah, but like the stream itself goes commercial break in progress. Oh no, it's still going. Okay, this is weird. Okay. What are we talking about?
The game by the Imagine Dragons people.
Oh yeah, the lead vocalist like opened up a studio and then they worked on like a hero shooter and it died very fast.
Yeah. It launched to like 600 players. Which is worse than Concord.
It is. It is.
How many Concords are we getting this year, you think? We're at 2.
3, because Marathon, right?
Marathon is...
Is it recovering? Yeah, okay. Alright then.
It seems to have found like... It isn't going to like explode, but it seems to have found like a...
An extraction shooter base that's at least loyal to it.
Yeah, it seems to have found like some degree of own audience.
I'm waking up to ash and dust. I wipe my brow when I sweat my rust.
My favorite version of that song is like there is an edit of that song where it's like that part where like I'm breathing in the chemicals, and then you hear a sound of like, and then no one sings, and then no one sings in the song again.
That's pretty funny.
He breathed in the chemicals and fucking died.
I'm trying to think then, if we aren't counting Marathon, because Marathon was struggling for quite a while. Unlike the other Concord games, Marathon actually has a leg to stand on.
Yeah, it found like a decent amount of people who are sticking with it.
It was really struggling early though. But okay, I'm glad it changed.
Like as far as I understand it, it hasn't made its money back yet because it had a very high budget. So as far as I understand, it's still struggling in that degree. But there is enough
Part
people...
of this is also like Bungie terrible management, but yeah.
But there is enough people sticking with it that it is unlikely that they are going to shut it out soon.
What about the game made by Black Desert, Red Desert?
No, the game is a single player game, so it doesn't matter if it falls off.
Oh,
Because...
it's not MMO. I thought it
No.
was okay.
No, it's a single player
Alright.
game. So if
I'm
people,
trying to think of other live services.
so if the numbers drop, it just means people beat it.
I'm trying to think. Are there any other live services that are out to begin with? I don't keep up with too many
I don't know. I don't
live
think.
services. Oh, fucking. To be fair, it's really hard to reach the heights of what Concord did.
I mean, Highguard was like pretty close.
Oh yeah, okay. So Highgar's the third. Yeah.
No, Highguard is the
staff
first one.
laid off.
Highguard is the first one.
Of this year, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, then yeah, too. Yeah, I can't think of any other fucking live service games. I feel like I'm glad though. I'm glad more live service games are failing. I don't feel like I feel bad for the people who developed them. I hope you find work, but man, I really hate this distribution model so much.
Yeah, and apparently there are rumors going on that like Epic Games is making a Disney extraction shooter. It's like, what?
I'm too tired.
What do you mean a Disney extraction shooter? Mickey Mouse with a gun? What are you talking about?
No, the way it's gonna be is like the characters are gonna have their magical abilities. That's it. They're not gonna actually hold a gun. It'd be funny though.
I hope it
really funny.
I really hope it flops too.
Yeah, no. Because the more these do, the more live services that do flop, the more like shareholders have to just acknowledge that this distribution model is not working, and then they have to go back to like whatever else.
Yeah, and like as far as I understand, Disney is like actually trying to buy Epic.
I could see that. I could kind of see that, yeah. Weird if they did, though. You see the Wile E. Coyote trailer?
Coyote versus Eggman? No, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, it looks fun. I kind of want to watch it.
I'm glad that I am glad that movie's coming out at all.
Me too, and I'm glad
like
they're taking the piss.
It was a journey and a half to
Warner
get it out. I'm glad it's coming out.
And I'm glad we're taking the piss out of Warner Brothers out of this one.
Yeah.
Marketing knows. Yeah.
I fucking hate.
What other
like
news?
You don't like I feel like for most people you don't hate Warner Brothers enough. But however much you hate Warner Brothers, not like in general, like most people.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I was. Oh yeah, absolutely.
However much you hate Warner Brothers, you don't hate Warner Brothers enough.
All you need to do to remind yourself is just like the extreme amount of layoffs, and then if you just add games to the end of Warner Brothers, you're like, oh yeah, I can be mad for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Leaks suggest there is a price for the Steam machine, but it's still gonna be too high. To which I go, yeah, because they put out the Steam controller, and the Steam controller is fucking expensive.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, to be
like
fair,
telling of the console's price.
I mean, to be fair, if you look at like what the Steam, if you look at what the Steam controller is doing, the amount of buttons it has, and everything else, it is more in line with like one of the Elite controllers.
Yeah. It is. It absolutely is.
And
the fact that this is the...
in that sense, it is actually cheaper than those.
Yes, but the problem is this is the default controller for the console.
Yeah. I guess.
Which does not say well for the price. If this was the Steam Elite controller, and then there was a more simplified one for the console, yeah, we'd have a situation where it wouldn't seem too dire. But like, yeah, let me see what the Steam controller.
It is $100. The Steam controller is $100.
Now for an Elite controller, that's fine. But this is a default controller, so
yeah.
If that, like I know someone's gonna go like I'd still buy it, but like that's not the point. This is kind of reflective of like what the price might actually be for the console.
But like, as far as the price of the console itself, they kind of have their hands tied. Yeah. Nobody's getting any run right now.
Yeah, it's kind of shitty because like in essence, the announcement makes sense because one of these big gaming companies is dying. And we're kind of worried about like a pure monopoly, right?
Yeah.
By Sony. The flip of it is you chose the worst time to manufacture hardware.
Yeah.
Like it is pretty shit. And thus, yeah.
Did you see on that
can't price like
on that fucking manifesto that the new CEO of Xbox put out.
Which one? Like, was it about the pick your plan thing,
no,
or just like
it
what?
was like it was like an internal thing that was circulating around, and they were
Mm-hmm.
talking about like she was talking. I don't like they. Let's all laugh on an industry that never earns anything, because like she was talking about like she wants to get back to buying stuff. She wants to buy more
No.
studios.
No, stop. Are you trying to kill this company more? The whole problem last time was you guys like did a bunch of acquisitions and did nothing with them.
Yeah.
And then even the ones that you did acquire and in theory are working on things, you didn't do enough control in. Bethesda, everyone, like, not everyone, a lot of people were hoping, because since Bethesda used to be owned by ZeniMax, who would refuse to update the engines for those Bethesda games, that an acquisition by Xbox would at least maybe promise a better quality control. Because sure, maybe that company you just bought, you don't want it to still be producing PS3 games.
Yeah.
But they didn't do jack shit.
Yeah. And
Oh, fuck it.
no, yeah, like the text, and I'm going to quote the text. It says mergers and acquisition to make up for the lack of organic growth.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's how that works.
It's just not the play. We've had this like years ago, back when EA was doing this, and the joke that's the joke article that Sterling put out of known studio killer EA kills another studio
Yeah.
or buys another studio. Like, the joke still stands. It's just like the acquisition thing doesn't really work. I can't remember too many times it has, because like even
I want to found a video game studio that gets like big and famous enough to Microsoft to want to acquire it, so I can tell them no.
yeah, because like Warner Brothers acquired. That's fair. Warner Brothers acquired a game studios, killed them, right? Like,
Yeah.
Square Enix acquired them, killed them. Like, it just doesn't. It never really works. The closest we've ever gotten to something like that kind of worked out on this was when Ubisoft bought an IP, like IPs from a dead company, which was THQ.
Yeah.
That's not really the same thing. And even now, Ubisoft's not doing too hot. Who the fuck knows?
That's a
If you're
industry
that never learns anything,
Hee.
if you're not a pure publisher and you're acquiring studios to like make up for your lack of output, like, I don't know what's going on, man. I don't think you're doing too hot, and I don't think you're going to do too hot in the long run.
Yeah, and he's like, okay, you want to like acquire companies to make up for the lack of organic growth. How do you think that's going to happen if you don't do any fucking exclusives?
Yeah. This is like, it's a really frustrating situation to be in, where it's like I can't think of anything that solves this that doesn't suck for the consumer in some way, right?
Yeah.
Because in theory, well, not in theory, people tend to hate exclusives.
Yeah.
But without exclusives, you don't really have a selling point for your hardware. And if you die, well, you're dead. But like, you might not be on PC anymore.
Yeah.
And then Sony tried not to do exclusives anymore. They tried the time thing, which was probably a distribution model people really hated because they had to wait.
Yeah.
And then their sales didn't make up. Like, their sales weren't that great. They were negligible enough for them to go, we're going back to exclusives.
I mean, we still don't have confirmation of that, and there is like some like pushback on that. Like, there is some.
That's good.
There is some internal people claiming that like their games are just not making enough money on PlayStation alone.
Yeah.
So they kind of need to keep doing it.
I'll say the thing is, like, as much as people hate timed exclusives, I think they're fine as a compromise.
Yeah.
And that's
there's
just
enough,
coming from
I don't like. There's enough games. There's enough games.
Yeah, exactly. My whole thing, when people go like, but I'm not gonna have it when the FOMO thing happens. It's like, I've talked about this before. FOMO is useless. It doesn't matter. Like, the whole thing of just like getting
Be a person. Be an independent person.
You're not, you like, whenever someone says that, I just think of the SpongeBob meme where it's Patrick and he's like, no, I'm gonna starve, and the camera pans down to his glut.
Yeah.
And it's
No,
just
I don't mind timed exclusives, but like,
I don't mind them. I do get when people can get frustrated because they want to hop onto the thing when there's a discussion point, because games can be a social event and such and so. And sometimes avoiding spoilers is also a pain in the ass. I can get it, but you still have plenty of other games, and there are probably a bunch of new games coming out that aren't timed exclusives. And that's fine. Plus, the other thing that you kind of get with a timed exclusive model, admittedly, okay, the okay, I'll finish my point. Is that usually you're getting the game that's the most balanced because it's gone through its patches. That's the thing they're shipping, right?
Yeah.
So you have the cleanest experience. The one thing that also kind of sucks on the distribution model for the PlayStation thing was that it was not consistent on how they did the time delays, right?
Yeah.
Because some of them would be like, okay, here's X amount of time after, and then some of them would be like, it's only coming out because the sequel's out, and that's not a consistent time frame for people to know. People can't schedule it. People can't go like, oh, this game is released now. Now I can wait like 6 months or a year, and I'm assured that game is going to come. You don't know. So that might have been one of the bigger reasons, I think, for the timed exclusives.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, hey, if we're gonna shit on them for exclusives, like Nintendo's king of exclusives, but hey, people still love them.
Yeah.
And it gets the hardware moving, so I don't know.
I still don't know, like, because apparently, like, there was an expectation inside of Xbox, that when they started like when they started like porting their games to other consoles, then the other guys were going to do the same.
Yeah, the kumbaya moment.
And he's like,
let's all get rid of exclusives together, guys.
He's like, how stupid are you?
No. Like Sony kind of dabbled with it for a bit, but it's just like, and then Nintendo's like, do you even know who I am?
Like, do you know me?
Do you know me? We've been warring for years. You don't know me.
We don't even let Epic put our characters in Fortnite.
Yeah.
Like, because like that is a thing. Like I remember there was a leak that Epic actually went to Nintendo and they pitched Nintendo a Metroid crossover.
No. I don't think they want to. Yeah.
A Metroid crossover with for Fortnite. Which would have gotten people really excited, like Samus in Fortnite, right? It would have made
Yeah.
But then Nintendo was like, we will only agree to this if you can only buy and use the skins in the Nintendo Switch version of the game.
You mean Nintendo?
Yeah, Nintendo said that. Nintendo said we will only agree to this if you can only buy and use the skins on the Nintendo Switch version of the game. So of course it didn't happen.
Okay. Yeah, of course not. You could have done this with other IPs that would have worked on the Nintendo docket. Like you could have done this with like Bayonetta, because she's a gunslinger. But yeah, Nintendo is like infamous. The best you get is like an exclusive character for your version.
Yeah, like Nintendo.
That's it. And
like if Nintendo will not even allow their characters to be on Fortnite in another console, what makes you think they're going to start like porting their exclusives?
Yeah, it still feels fucking weird when I see an Xbox logo on my PlayStation.
Yeah.
Like I think it was when I booted up Ninja Gaiden, and I was just like, what the fuck? What is happening?
Xbox doesn't mean anything anymore.
It doesn't, because they did the suicide attempt. Oh, we've said it so many times, but it's just like, what kind of marketing strategy is like, hey, you know that thing that we're trying to sell?
You don't need it.
You don't need it. Why would you buy it?
You can buy the other guys, and you're just going to play our games anyway.
Yeah. Why buy our meals when you could buy our sauce? Does your sauce make you a profit? Absolutely not. Oh.
I don't know. And Nintendo doesn't care. Nintendo has so much money.
Yeah, because the Switch ended up being a really good thing.
No, so even before the Switch, Nintendo had enough money to operate on a lot for like 13 years.
Well, the problem was the Wii U made them go through a lot of those reserves because it was just so fucking bad.
Yeah.
Because the Wii U was just like, the Wii U was operating at selling at a loss and was still not clearing. So like the Switch was a big rebound for it, which was really good. And yes, I'm sure Nintendo still had plenty of surplus laying around from it, but yeah.
It's literally that. It is literally that Dracula flow clip. I have too much money.
Duro loves messing with me for having my PS5 and just being like, the PS5 has no games, and then I'm just like, I have a list of games that I have for it, and he's just like, yeah, but they're also on PS4. I'm like, okay, how many Switch 2 pure exclusives do you have? And he's just like, well, I do play some of the old gen stuff on it. I'm like, you shut the fuck up now. You're just me and red. That's all you are.
I have too much money.
That's why I don't have a Switch 2. Is like it would collect dust. That's all it would.
I do kind of
I
want
need
one.
like I know. I get you, but it's like for me it's like there aren't enough because my Switch 1 collected dust.
Yeah.
And there were some good games on it, but it's just like there just wasn't enough. Like the problem with it was depending on the type of person you are in games, if the portable angle has to be the thing that really sells you, otherwise all the third-party multi-platform games, like I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna get it on PC or the stronger hardware. The only games I really bothered to put on to the Switch were like platformers, visual novels, and RPGs because I could do portable grind.
Yeah.
Nothing else really fucking like any other genre. I'd just be like, I'll play it on another thing.
Like
And
Nintendo.
I'm not too interested in the first parties. Yeah.
Nintendo does have an advantage as far as like their first party games go.
Mm-hmm.
And that is that like the Switch 2 is selling well. It isn't selling as good as it isn't selling as well as the Switch 1, but it is selling well enough to like they're not panicking.
No, that's what happens with like sequential items.
But like the main advantage they have is like they have a huge attach rate. A huge attach rate. So people who buy Switches tend to buy a lot of games for it.
Well, yeah, and also, so like the important thing is like the backwards compatibility of just like having like a digital storefront where it's like, oh yes, I can transfer my old library to my new thing, right? That's like a big part of it. It is kind of like the double-edged sword of why I think some hardware manufacturers are a bit like iffy on doing like pure exclusives for a while.
Yeah.
But still, it works. It'd be much more pissy if it's like, oh, you use the PS5, and it's like I don't have my PS4 library, but now I'm getting a lot of PS5 exclusives. And like, I kind of just want a console that can go through its multiple generations.
Well, what was the last big Sony game?
Oh my god, was it Astrobot?
Was it Yote?
No, you're right. It's Yote. It's Yote.
Because Saros came out. Saros is like the most recent one, but that one came out too recently to have like numbers on it yet.
Well, no, but is Saros just also a PlayStation exclusive, or is it on other things?
It is also a Sony exclusive.
Oh, it's a Sony exclusive.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. All right, well, good for them on that.
No, but like that game is.
I don't know.
That game is too new to have numbers on it.
I haven't even really seen the gameplay.
It's Returnal, but a little bit easier. It's Returnal, but a little bit easier.
Oh, okay. Neat.
Okay, so Ghost of Yotei has sold about 3.3 million units as of November 2nd of last year.
Okay.
So that's the kind of like, and like as far as I understand, like Spider-Man 2 sold like 9, right?
Yeah, because it's like a hero license game and people like the overworld element to it. Wolverine's gonna be the next Sony thing too. Yeah.
Let me verify. Okay, 16 million copies. Spider-Man 2 sold 16 million, but that one has the IP, right?
The what?
The IP.
Yeah. It's as if like the Sony drought I'm honestly wondering, Candy, what could have caused this drought?
Yeah, crazy.
I wonder if we've discussed what could have caused that drought numerous times. Oh, I'm so upset at this timeline. I'm so upset at this time. Because like, you know what the funny thing about the industry is, like, the idea of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Sony did well at the PS4 generation. But they decided to U-turn.
Yeah. I wonder how much the Tomodachi Life game is going to sell, because apparently it is like selling out.
Yeah, no, because people love it. I mean, anything that's like a simulator thing, right? Like Sims and stuff like that. That vein.
Yeah, so, but like that is another game that came out too recently to have like any solid. Because it's been out for like
numbers.
It's been out for like 3 weeks. So we don't really have like
Yeah.
we
Not
know,
even a full-on month.
but like actually this is impressive because the game has been out for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And like looking at the data we have, it has sold at least 1.7 million copies.
Oh my god, I forgot Death Stranding 2 might be PlayStation exclusive, right?
Ah, but that is old and already came out on PC.
Wait, how old is Death Stranding 2?
Like a year.
Uh,
And it already came out. It came out on PC like last month.
you did?
Yeah,
I didn't hear anyone talking about it.
because nobody cares anymore.
Yeah, I don't give a damn about Death
Um, which is kind of impressive for like a stupid silly game like Tomodachi Life. The fact that in 3 weeks it has sold like almost 2 million copies.
Well, I mean, so the original was like a really big hit, and it's just like a revival to it, and it adds a lot of things that people were complaining about on the original, right?
Like being gay.
Yeah.
You
Gay
can be
people
super
exist.
gay.
Nintendo is very upset, but they want the money.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this would be like the same thing if like we got another Animal Crossing. It's like those cozy games that kind of
Yeah.
like.
And something
Those are like big heads.
Something that is important to note about the Switch 2 and the sales of the Switch 2 is that they don't have one of the big hitters yet.
Yeah, no, they don't. It's one of the reasons why I haven't gotten one either.
Yeah, like they don't have like I'm sure as soon as like the next Zelda game gets announced, those numbers are going to go fucking ballistic.
Oh, absolutely. A big new Zelda, a big exclusive new Pokemon.
A new Xenoblade.
New Xenoblade. Well, I don't think
A new
Xenoblade
Mario
will
game.
push as much as the other two. Mario, yeah.
No, but like Xenoblade,
like,
Xenoblade Chronicles is like the fastest growing franchise they have. It is like.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying like on par with like Pokemon or Zelda. I feel like that bar is really high, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, isn't the new Pokemon they announced like Switch 2 exclusives?
Legends EA?
No, Winds and
It
Waves.
was on Switch one. Those are, but they haven't come out yet, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only for the Switch 2. And apparently the reason it doesn't look as much shit is because they're actually using Unreal Engine 4.
Whatever.
Game Freak is the only company that benefits from moving from the proprietary engine to Unreal Engine. They're the only ones.
Because they don't know what. Because they just don't care. They really don't care.
Yeah, and they're using stock Unreal Engine too. Like if you know what you're looking for, you can realize they didn't change it at all. It's just like stock. They're using they're using like the default lens flare, the default motion blur.
A company that hates their own IP will do the bare minimum.
Yeah.
For the money.
And somehow Pokemon is still the highest grossing media franchise in the history of humanity.
This is cute animal fighter. So, yeah.
But man, like I don't know, maybe it's because I'm used to it, but like the entire time I was like playing Pokemon Sapphire. And I was like leveling up by Pokemon. I was thinking it would be so much fun, so much more fun if I could skip the grinding and just like use them together to make a stronger one, like in SMT.
Oh my god, do I have a game for you? It's called Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth. Would you like to play Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth? Hey, everyone.
You gifted it to me.
I like Digimon. I like Digimon. Oh yeah, I did. I like Digimon over Pokemon for a variety of reasons. I've heard some YouTubers who shit talk Digimon without ever having played a game and saying it was bootleg. And I would like to tell you that if you've ever listened to them, they are wrong and stupid, and they can fight me in a back alley.
Didn't Digimon came first?
Digimon was like a Tamagotchi alternative for boys that was targeted to boys. I don't know if it technically came out first or not. I think maybe the animated came after the games, the Pokemon games. So wait, which came first? Digimon or Pokemon? Pokemon came first, debuting in 1996, while Digimon was created in 1997. So it was a year difference. But Digimon grew to have its own identity, and it's like,
yeah,
it's stupidly anime, but it's fun.
And Shin Megami Tensei is still older than SMT is still older than most of them.
Yeah.
I think SMT is like, I think Shin Megami Tensei is 87. I think. So it's like it is like a whole decade older than them.
Yeah, so like essentially Digimon is the more experimental IP in how it goes in games. Because you have Digimon World, you have a bunch of other things, and then the Digimon Story ones are the closest we kind of have for a straight Pokemon, I think, in the modern. But it's more like SMT. And you can fuse units. and it's pretty awesome, and I like it. And
Let,
then Digimon Story Time Stranger came out, and I was very happy that this IP
let me turn
is
my
still
Pokemon
going.
into goop and make a new Pokemon out of the goop.
Exactly. Just do that. Just do that. And also, isn't it wild to have like a fucking character story that has love and care put into it, and just also just like a bunch of features that play like a fucking video game?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Holy shit, man. I know it sounds like I'm talking shit about Pokemon. And it's cuz I am, and it's cuz I cared. But like I after a while, it's like I find brand loyalty just so
Yeah.
here or there. Like I can understand if you have like associated memories, and if you admit that to me, I can totally go like fair. I've had the same too. But
Yeah.
you can have a certain brand loyalty, but also point at the thing that sucks within the brand. I have a friend and I love her to death, and she'll play devil's advocate or defender on things in the Final Fantasy entire IP, entire like anthology IP, and will bat for like the bad entries too because she loves the whole thing as a whole. I'm like, you can love the thing as a whole and
Yeah.
still admit some of these entries fucking suck and there's nothing good about them, or like there's very little in terms of redeeming qualities.
Yeah.
I had a friend who played the pixel remastered FF2, and that is a better experience than regular FF2. The pixel remasters in general are. So people now have a different idea of what the FF games were, right? But like if you played the originals, you're like, these kind of suck. Like some of these entries do suck. Anyone batting for the new Dissidia because the outfits are cute and they're
Don't you
like
guys
that
have
makes the game
phones?
worth it. He's like, oh no, well I know the new Dissidia isn't exactly what we all wanted, and in fact it's kind of just another insult and just another nail in the coffin to this IP that we all loved. But they wear cute modern outfits, and you know that kind of makes it good. No, it does. What?
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
um,
This shit's nuts. The pixel remasters are fantastic, which is why I kind of want to play them to actually see a fun, like a more fun and consistent experience for some of the games that were kind of weak back in the day.
mm,
Like I'd be willing to play FF2 and FF3 pixel remaster. I kind of want to see how it turned out.
you know, I always feel conflicted about this kind of thing because I always prefer to play the game on like the original form.
If I find out they balanced things and made things better, like I'd look at it as equivalent to a patch, just a patched version. Like there's a part of me that does understand the whole like cataloging as like for the sake of respecting history, and I love history, but at the same time I also look at like user experience, because like games, you don't necessarily owe a game anything if you bought it, right? Like if you
Yeah.
bought it, it's just like if then fuck it, like enjoy it how you want. Or like if you want to approach the game, yeah, you can play the version that you find ideal, if that'll get you into the series, or
Yeah.
if that's like the thing. Like there are a bunch of people who would ask me which version of, well, not a bunch, but it's like I've been out of FF for quite a while. But if someone went up to me and went, which version of FF4 should I play? I'd go like, dude, just take your pick. There are plenty. There's a DS version. There's the Pixel Remaster version.
Yeah,
There's the PSP version.
Final Fantasy
There's
4
an
and 6.
original version.
Final Fantasy 4 and 6 hold up really well. Like as far as like
Yeah,
the
and
older
it's
ones go,
just,
they hold up really.
yeah. And it's like you can totally pick whichever the fuck one you want. Hell, Phoenix Wright is more known for its DS version than its Game Boy Advance version.
Yeah, but that's because
Those
they never
games are
got
Game Boy
translated.
Advance games. Yeah, but it's just like kind of part of it.
Uh, you know
I
what
will
game I
also
wanna?
say,
You know what game I wanna play, but I'm kind of intimidated by. Right?
what? What?
I wanna play Shin Megami Tensei 5,
I have five, yeah.
but I'm kind of intimidated by it because you know what happened is like, okay, so like it came out in 2017 for the Switch,
Mm-hmm.
and people were like, oh yeah, the gameplay is fun, the gameplay, but like this story is so bad. This story is absolutely terrible.
Oh, really? I didn't know
Um,
that part.
this story is so bad. This story is absolutely terrible. So then
That's a
like
bummer.
in what year it was? Let me make sure I know what year it came out in.
Why exactly is it bad? I'm curious.
It just doesn't have like the depth and like the interesting stuff of all the Resident Evil games. It's very by the numbers compared to like the other Resident Evil games.
All right, but okay, are we saying bad as in oh it is poorly written, or bad as in like it just does not hold up to the expectations, right? Because there are two different things. You can have like the
I think it's a
quote
little bit of
unquote
both.
like because like you can have the situation where like this entry is clearly for the new person who is
Yeah,
interested, like to dip their toes into an IP, and then you can get the one that people start universally hating. Like I know people who now just hate Persona 5
yeah.
on a writing level. Like they'll say it's the
There's a lot
worst
of
one
stupid.
now,
There's a lot
even
of stupid stuff in it. Yeah.
and people used to fillet Persona 5. Like they would be like, "Oh, it's amazing." And now it's just like it's funny. The passage of time has gone. This is considered the worst one now
Yeah.
to a lot of people,
I still prefer
which is
Persona
really
4.
funny.
I still prefer Persona 4.
Persona 3 is the one I played and finished. I played Persona 4 original, but yeah.
No, but yeah, like okay, so like the game comes out in 2017 for the Switch, and Atlus is like, yeah, we like yeah, and everyone is like, yeah, the story's bad. So then in 2024, Atlus releases the game again, right? This time for all of the consoles.
Mm-hmm.
This time for all the consoles, like PC.
Oh, is this Vengeance?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they go, okay, we know the story sucks, so we remade the entire game
Oh, so that's what Vengeance is?
with a brand new story, and we included both of them in the game. We included the original one and the new one.
Oh.
Yeah, that is what Vengeance is. There is an entire new, like complete game story, like a complete remake of the game story attached to it. That is apparently way better.
Okay. I'm glad I bought Vengeance then.
So it is like technically, it is technically two games, because it's like
That's awesome.
it is like the game and then like a complete remake of the game.
What was I gonna say?
Uh,
Oh. Yeah, okay. So yeah, this is another like situation where the new version is yeah, it can be better. Like there's also just like in the old days like the inverse is like Chain of Memories, the PS2 one is known to be worse than the Game Boy one.
Worse or better?
If worse.
I thought people liked the
Whereas
PS2 more.
apparently it doesn't flow as well. Could be wrong. But I don't think so. A lot of people really cared about the Chain of Memories like GBA game, I think. Let's see.
I don't know.
We'll see. Yeah, okay. Anyway, what are we talking about? But like, if someone was getting into Battle Network and then they went like, oh, which version of each is like, okay, they're dual versions, but then there's a version called 5 Double Team DS, and that's like the best version. And that's just like a thing that
That's a stupid name.
conglomerates both versions of it. It is. It sucks, but it's because of team infiltration. But like, yeah, so some versions are just like if you're gonna play the game and there's a version that feels definitive. I think that's the important thing, right? Where it's like I can get remasters and remakes versus the original, but if something just feels like is just shown to be the definitively like bang for your buck, best features, best way to kind of like cut out like trim the fat and stuff, I'm like, yeah, go ahead, play that version. That's probably the version I'd play.
Yeah.
I don't really have a sentimentality to like the original other than like the documentation of history in an interesting like trivia sense. If it's me investing my time in it, then it's a completely different story. It's like, yeah, it's my time. I'm not gonna play the original if I fucking hate it.
SMT5 has Vengeance also added a hot god girl.
Yeah, she's cool. I also love I love the protagonist shade of blue. That's my favorite shade of blue.
Yeah, the fanboy.
Yeah, that shade of blue, I like it. Anyway, what was I gonna say now?
Yeah, so like at the beginning of Vengeance, you get like a choice. Like when you start a new game in Vengeance, you get like a choice. In like grabbing her hand or not, and that's what determines which story you're going to get.
Okay, so if you don't, then old game. If you do, new game.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
And I'm intimidated about playing it because I feel like I will have to do both.
You could, depends on how long each playthrough is. I mean, if there's a new game plus for like a situation going on, that could just make things easier because then you could just bulldoze on the second
I
run.
think each one is like 40 hours.
Yeah. So if there's a new if there's a new game plus one where you keep your peeps, then I feel like maybe it could go faster.
And I mean, I have played I have played like Fire Emblem Three Houses like 4 times, and you have to beat that game 4 times to beat it.
Yeah.
So in total,
Yeah.
in total I have played the game
Yeah.
16 times.
It is funny because like there are times where I'm like, oh, I couldn't invest this many hours in this game. It looked like it's so long,
Ow.
and then I'll just like reread like a manga 3 times and then watch different anime series, and I'm like, now that I think about it, I could have used all this time on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just how you. I think it's just like maybe one of the biggest drawbacks of
Oh.
scheduling certain free times is like sometimes you just got to take that first step without looking at how long it'll take.
Yeah.
You need a little unknown sunken cost fallacy. You need to like maybe take your first step and then go like, oh, I've just committed myself to a 50 episode anime. Well, I'm already on episode 6. Time to go. And maybe
Yeah.
you'll get more shit done that way. Who knows? Who knows?
No, like that doesn't work for me because it doesn't matter how far am I into something. If I decide I don't want to do it anymore, I just drop it. I don't have a I don't have a sunk cost fallacy. I just like
But what if you don't know how the story ends?
I don't know. I don't care.
Well, Jesus.
I Google it, I guess.
God damn it. I watched this on Wikipedia, guys. What do you mean you watched this on Wikipedia?
Yeah. There's a lot of shows that I don't even remember that I watched like 3 episodes of it, 4 episodes of it, and I'm like, yeah, that's enough. We're leaving.
You know what? Okay. Here's the thing, because we went back to the remasters, remakes, and reboots, right?
Wait, no. I need
Hmm.
to read this headline to you.
Okay.
ChatGPT randomly became obsessed with talking about goblins to the point where it started
I
ruining
know,
the chatbot
I've
for
seen this.
users. An emergency,
Yeah.
an emergency anti-goblin patch was recently released that told ChatGPT to stop talking about goblins and other creatures
That's
unprompted.
awesome. No, stop. I want that. I want to be talking about like a goblin merchant. That's the most funny thing ever.
Yeah, like because I have never used ChatGPT, so I never encountered the goblins, but that's really funny.
I've never heard. I haven't, and if anything, it feels like more of a selling point for me to be like, let me check that out. Type in prompt, hey, can you find like a milkshake place near me? He's like, the goblins at the local. It's just like, what?
Who wants to like? Okay, but like here's my conspiracy theory, because all of those chatbots are like trained on Twitter. So how much money are we betting that it was like anti-Semitism?
Oh my god. I don't know.
Like it became anti-Semitic.
That'd be really dour. Yeah, that would really dampen the mood on the whole thing.
Because you people do get compared to goblins sometimes.
Jewish people do. Sadly, I believe it's like I think Harry Potter did that as well, right? By Rowling.
Yeah.
She made like bankers like goblins and then made a bunch of like stereotypical parallels.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the funniest thing I remember is like apparently the movies had this poster where one character just suddenly turned black because the actor changed.
Yeah. Speaking
So
of
you just
that,
see
we
this
need to
slightly overweight white guy who's I think a redhead, and then he's just a black actor in the later ones.
No, speaking of that, we need to talk about like race bending without thinking.
Race painting without thinking.
Race bending or like race changing. Race changing.
Race changing
Without thinking. Because now what's going to happen in the new Harry Potter series is that Harry is going to get to Hogwarts and he's going to look at the only black professor in the staff and he's going to go, I don't like that guy. He's suspicious. He looks evil.
Oh no! Wait, they're making Severus black?
Yeah.
Why are they? Wait, what?
Yeah, they made Snape black. And Harry is going to get to Hogwarts. He's going to look at the only black teacher on staff, and he's going to be like, he looks evil. I don't trust him. I don't like him. What's his deal?
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Then again, like you also can't have like Dumbledore be like black because then you'd have the old magical black man stereotype.
If they wanted
Yeah.
if they wanted a black person on staff, why not make like what's her name?
McGonagall.
McGonagall, yeah.
Yeah, you could do
She
that.
doesn't seem like a stereotype, and she's like cool. She's like a good guy.
Yeah, she's pretty chill. Yeah, all things considered, she's just doing her job.
Yeah. Or just not make canon, because like from what I've seen, like this new Harry Potter show is like in places almost a shot-for-shot remake of the older ones, or the other movies. So it's like, why are you even making this?
Because Rowling's upset at the actors for cutting times.
Yeah, like, I mean, like, yeah. First of all, stop making Harry Potter stuff. Stop giving that bitch money. But second of all, if you're just going, if you really need to do one, like, make an animated one that is like entirely different or something like that.
Also, just like, I'm just gonna say this right here. Wait, like, I've made this joke before, but like, this is striking the iron when it's brittle and cold. Like, you had so many years to capitalize on this IP, and like, after you're deciding to do this after the years of bad will.
Yeah.
Because the opposite would have made more sense in a messed up business model is you keep on pumping out the IP to make people attached. Sure, maybe they'll get like weird about it, but like then when even if like Rowling sucks, then people go like, "Oh, I've invested in this IP for so long. Here I am.
Yeah.
I'm conflicted because I've invested in it for so long." Like I've said this time and time again, even before the like Rowling really outed herself as a piece of work, is that Harry Potter was primed for MMO. Like that world, it's so perfect. You have built-in factions, like the houses, you have like different races, you've got like a bunch of different things, and you just never capitalized on it. You didn't even capitalize it during the MMO craze.
Yeah.
And then like now we get like some Harry Potter video games like far after the fact that people have like an ick whenever they see like Harry Potter, and it's like, ugh. Who in the estate is like doing these business decisions?
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
Okay, change of topic, but like,
Mm-hmm.
I just saw this picture of Markiplier on Twitter, and
Is it about Iron Lung?
no, why does it look like he has giant titties on it?
I don't know.
It does look like that, right?
It kind of does, yeah.
The Marky Milkers, I guess.
Milkiplier.
Yeah, the Milky Pliers, yeah.
Yeah, the Milky Pliers sounds pretty bad. if someone called like what's the machine for lactating women to make milk? If they called
The
them
pump?
Milky Pliers, the pump. Like if they just called them Milky Pliers, that'd be so gross.
You know, like, I don't know, that reminded me, like, you know how I was talking the other day about, like, how I watched the Amazing Digital Circus and I liked it?
Mm-hmm.
There is a scene where, like, because, okay, so, like, the setup of the show is that there is this character, it is called Kane, right? And he's, like, the of the show, because I have told you that this is, like I have no mouth and I must scream, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Kane is, like, the AM, the or however you pronounce that. Is it AM or How do you say it?
AM or AM? What the fuck? Are
Yeah, you know, like
about?
the AI, and I have the mouth and I must scream. Is it AM or
Oh, I think it's just AM because he's like a robot.
Yeah. Yeah, well, whatever. He's like the AM of the show, and the setup of the show is that, like, every episode he just like comes up with a stupid adventure to send the cast into.
Yeah.
And they inevitably they suffer in that adventure. But there is an episode where they come back from the adventure, and he just like greets them like, "Welcome back, my mewing milkmaids."
Ew.
And one of them just stops, looks at him, and goes like, "Never say that again."
It is interesting to see that these ones have a little more agency and back and forth with them for their tormentor.
Never say that again.
Yeah.
And I was like reading up on, like, because that show got like a bunch of like different like language dubs.
Mm-hmm.
And in the Polish dub of the show, he calls them. He said, instead of saying my mewing milkmaids or like a translation of that, he says, "Welcome back, my skibidi sigmas."
Ooh. Oh, that carries through.
I'm going to play it because it sounds really funny.
Welcome back, my skibbity sigmas!
Oh wait, that's the because it got viral, so the voice actor for the English version dubbed it.
Hmm.
But this is the official Polish dub. Are you listening to the stream?
Yeah.
No i jak tam, moje skibbity sigmy?
Więcej nas tak nie nazywa.
Skibidi Sigma.
It's like it transcends language.
I love the accent on it. Skibidi Sigma. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
No i jak tam, moje skibbity sigmy?
Skibidi Sigma.
Więcej nas tak nie nazywaj.
Sigma.
And in the Spanish dub, he calls them milky furries.
Ooh.
When they come back, he calls them like, "Welcome back, my milky furries.
Ew.
Mis
These are all
furritos,
gross.
mis furritos de leche." Milky furries. That's what that means. That's what furritos de leche means. Milky furries.
Oh, also, I forgot my week. I finally got my OC in Mahjong Souls.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
did see that.
Yeah. You know what I immediately did? I played 2 games of Mahjong and then I went, okay, I'm done.
No, like that's what happens. Like that's the problem with gachas. You get invested in the gacha because you want a character, and then you get the character, and you're like, okay, I have nothing to do now.
I'm gonna rant. I thought I was getting a dark skinned king. He's pretty light mocha. Then when he has fingerless gloves in his sprite,
Mm-hmm.
right? Does not have him when he's playing Mahjong. I asked for a dark skinned punk king. What did I get? Whatever the fuck this was.
And
Still probably get one of his skins when it gets in rotation.
yeah, like I remember there was this character for Genshin, right? Her name was Nefer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as I saw her, I like immediately like, okay, I need her.
Mm-hmm.
Because she just hit a lot of boxes for me, and like I was immediately like, okay, I need her.
Yeah, it happened.
So this is her.
Oh, she's cool.
So I logged into Genshin. I grinded for like 2 hours. I got enough things to do a roll. I did a roll. I got her in my first roll. I looked at the map. After I got her, I looked at the map. I looked at her on the screen a little bit. Then I looked at the map. I looked at the game.
What's her name?
Nefer.
That's a little dangerous, but okay, yeah.
So I got her. I looked at her on the character screen a little bit. Then I looked at the map. I looked at my quest list, and I went, I don't want to play this game anymore. I already got her. I don't want to play this game anymore. And so I uninstalled the game.
That's valid.
So I uninstalled the game. That's all I wanted. I just wanted to get her.
Yeah, she does look really cool. I like her hair accessories.
Yeah, and the legs.
Also the finger accessories. Yeah, of course for you. I'm usually not too big on green as a color palette, but she looks good.
Yeah, she's hot.
Well,
And I guess
No.
I guess on that line, unfortunately, I'm going to be hooked on Uma Musume forever, because the horse I want is already out in Japan, but it doesn't come to global until like 2027.
ooh.
So I guess I have a year to like save as many like rolls as I can.
This is true.
I'm going to be here
The
forever.
drop rates in Mahjong still songs. Yeah. But you know what won't be here forever? This podcast. Because I'm ending it. Because it's past midnight. Check out my YouTube at youtube.com/@nocturne. That's youtube.com/@nocturne. Or the Twitch. And drop a follow on either. The link is in the title of the podcast. And if you're not following Candy, follow her on her Twitch and her YouTube to see her past broadcasts, clips, and podcasts. Check her Blue Sky for her organized thoughts. Or join her Discord to see her disorganized. Or, I guess, her thoughts.
Join the Discord join the Discord so I can tag you every 2 days on a new poll that has no bearing on the actual stream. Because that's what I do lately. I just make polls and I tag everyone like, hey, answer my poll.
just I'll leave all the links provided. And if you have such feedback for the podcast, like, why make a poll? Just ask people, to which Candy will respond.
I like having the data. I have autism. The graph.
Yeah. That's the feedback. She has autism. Thanks for listening. Stay safe,
I need the
happy,
graph.
and have a wonderful week.
You ever seen those edits of like that Nickelback song where he just goes, "Look at this graph."
Look at this graph. That's just Candy. This is Candy on Spectrum.
Yeah. Anyway.
Anyway, it was fun, everyone. Have a safe and happy week. Also wonderful too. And yeah, Candy, bye. Love you.
Love you too. Bye. Okay, everyone. Speaking of polls, I'm going to do another poll tonight because I'm thinking about something. About doing something. But I'm not sure how to do. I'm not sure about the decision. I'm thinking about doing something about like the GBA thing, but I'm thinking about like whether I want the decision or not. So I will be making a poll tonight, and I want you all to answer it. It will be very, very educative. Very educative. But that aside, I'll see you guys on Monday for more stuff, depending on how the poll goes. See what we do then. But until then, I'll see you guys on Monday. I hope you have a great day, great night, great rest of your time. So, and I'll see you again soon. Now, how do we raid? We haven't gone here in a while.
Every time there's food around.
Alright, I need to mute. Haven't gone here in a while, so let's go here. Hi. Still here, by the way, but okay, bye.